gotta come together. No. Yeah. Everybody got opinions. Let's talk about it. Communication is key. Let's build around it. We do this for the people. The people founded it. Black love stay strong, no way around it. We anti-genocide, we ride for the cause. Got love for our sisters, and love for our dogs. Respect the young and elderly, you all been invited to be inspired. Come together, better got violent. Gotta watch for the cops, gotta watch for the ops, gotta watch for the politicians that play with your eyes. If you know, then you know. Plant the seed and it grows. Welcome to the show. This is what we know. This is what we know. Yeah. This is what we know. This is what we know. This is what we know. Yeah. This is what we know.
Once again, it's on. Your homeboy DJ Jig Tate, your homeboy Robert. What up, boy? We in here, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. We done got back over here to the Spizzot. We was at Black Man Unfiltered at first. Then we was at DL Saint. I Want to Know podcast. I really want to know podcast. And now we over here, man. I'm about to put that link in the chat. We about to continue this conversation for the Andrw Tate conversation about Andrw Tate and his brother been held, detained, allegedly for human trafficking. At least that's what they're saying, right?
Yeah,
that's what the media is saying. But they're being held, 24-hour hold or whatever it is, man. And we were just having a conversation about it. Rob, what you think about this?
You know, it's crazy, bro. Like, I mean, I'm waiting on you to tell me a little bit more about it because I know you said that they've been accusing him of shit before. So, but man, look, man, it seems like man is under attack right now, man. Like we can't say shit. They want to shut us up, bro. You know, it's just like they're using our words against us. So, shit crazy out here.
But we gotta actually. When I left DL, let me tell you where I was at with it. When I left Black Man, a lot of this shit is our problem. I think that he's doing what he's supposed to do. But as far as us as men, the attack on men as a whole, a lot of this shit is because we can't keep our Johnson where it's supposed to be. We can't even get a wife or, create a family without all the other rigmarole that we got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So, we don't even know how to value women because we don't value ourselves no more. So, that's where I had left it at.
Man, what I've been saying, bro. What I've been saying, bro. These quote unquote bad bitches and shit like that, bro. Nigga, fuck them bitches, bro. Gotta leave them bitches alone, bro. And I know it's hard because niggas love poom poom, niggas love hoes, but it's getting to a point that niggas need to start having some discipline, bro. You don't see a girl as your potential wife or the mother of your child, man, you should not be fucking her raw. And I said this on the video that I posted earlier on our channel, bro. A lot of the bad behavior females get away with is because of men. We allow that shit,
Yeah, absolutely. So we already got the villain in the background. My man Tarus is back here.
Yeah, and, man, you got a lot of explaining to do, dog.
A whole lot of susplaining to do.
Oh man, Happy holidays, folks, man. I love you guys, man.
Happy New Year, brother.
First off, let me be clear, JT, Rob. We as men need to make sure we have a base understanding here. We do not want these allegations to be true. When shit like this pops up, you don't want it to be true. You don't want people being human trafficked. You don't want people getting, assaulted, things like that. So let's be clear here. We do not want this to be true. As much as I hate this clown, I do not want crimes to be true.
Hey, thanks for having me on here. We got Brother Smeevils in the house, man, all the way from Australia, down under, bro. I see you in the chat, Brother Smeevils. I see you, boy.
Australia. My uncle lives in Australia. Hell yeah.
I didn't think they let us in Australia, bro. That's what's up. I had to get a pass from Brother Smeevils so I can go visit.
Yeah, my uncle been living down there for 20 years plus.
You know what I mean? We got Brother Michael with the super chat, with super sticker, 99 cents, man. Look at that, showing love. They coming over showing love, bro.
Hey.
Appreciate it, brother.
Cody is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Things in the house, man.
Uh-oh. You done chopped up a little bit, bro.
So is that me? I see y'all back now. Am I good?
Yeah.
You good, bro.
Good now. You good. Hold on.
So we got Ohio boys in the building too.
That's right. That's right.
Cleveland.
We got the mighty Bengals and the punk ass Browns.
Oh my God!
The Lions see y'all deep in the playoffs in that final game.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Who did the Browns win last week?
No, I think y'all lost, but I think they lost, but it was close. What was his final score? Because I think y'all lost. Let me check.
Yeah, y'all definitely lost.
Tarus, did y'all win or lose last week? I'm serious. I don't know.
Y'all lost bad. It was a bad loss.
I think he chopped up too. This might be a there you go. This might be a damn might not be a you thing. This might be a StreamYard thing. Think
so? Okay.
Yes, sir.
He dropped out. He's gonna drop back in. He's gonna jump back in. But
yeah.
No, I mean it's this JT. Now I know you was trying to jump in on Black Man. You was trying to jump in on mine. Now we on your platform, man. Let's hear your take on all this, bro.
Okay, so this is my thing. I don't have one problem with Andrew Tate. Nothing. I've heard this dude talk on many platforms. Is there some things that I can disagree with him about? Of course, I disagree with a lot of people, but is that the fact? No. One of the things I'm not going to sit back and say is that the man is fucking toxic. I see nothing toxic about this guy at all. That's the only issue that I had that what Taru had was that he was saying that the man was toxic. I'm trying to figure out where his toxicity is. I had a couple of and I might still show a couple of clips on some. No, matter of fact, was it Black Man or you just did that shit? One of y'all showed one of the clips. It probably was Black Man to show.
It was Black Man. It was Black Man.
Yeah, and actually, that was one of the clips that I was going to show about just his philosophy. The only thing I really know about this guy is his philosophy, and from what he talks about. But anything else other than that, man, I can't call a dude toxic on any level. I don't know. If it is, it's something that's not out there. And evidently the people that's closer to him has to be able to know it. But I want to know what you guys think. Right?
Oh, I mean, like I said, bro, like, I'm honestly want to hear everybody else say it because, like I said, I don't know too much about it. I ain't rather done my research, like, on the situation. I know that, you was telling me he was accused of some bullshit before. Like I said before, man, it looked like they using our words against us. Like, they want men and, like, they trying to shut men up, and they finding different ways to do that. You know, we live in a world now where you're guilty before proven innocent. You know. So,
since the brother is back up here, I want to know, Tyrus, what do you say? What makes this man toxic?
Oh, shout out real quick. You guys started talking about my trash ass Browns and my computer froze up. So thank you for that.
But no, I'm not bad, bro. Before you go, Tyrus.
Yeah.
Do I think he's toxic? No. I think he's no different from Fresh and Fit, Kevin Samuel. All these, he's no different from us. He's just telling it. This is my thing. This man, all he's doing is telling the truth. He's just, people ask him questions and he's just honest with his answer. This is my thing. This man, this man don't even have his own YouTube or nothing. He don't have his own show. All this like his talking points that we see is on other people's shit. So it's like people are mad at him for just answering a question honest with his honest giving his honest answer. So.
Bro, it is what it is. I mean, Black Man was taking it real deep, and I couldn't really, go down that hole with him. With the money and the setups and all that kind of stuff. But I got to tell you this. It gives you pause, right? It makes you sit back and look at it because it's out. When we were talking about his money, right? They like I said, Andrew Tate's net worth today is somewhere between 355 and 500 million, right? He's making $10 million a month just on Hustlers University alone. He's bringing in about $25 million a year on the War Room, and that number is going up. So that is a lot of money. That's a lot of bread. He's a U.S. citizen. He's a citizen of the United Kingdom, right? He's in Romania. He's basically the stuff that he's teaching, like, you can't really be off the grid, so be on so many different grids that people can't get you, right? He talks about that. He preaches that. He's in Dubai. He has multiple passports, right? Legally. He has businesses. His money is decentralized, right? The message he's getting out. I mean, if I were a 1%er, I wouldn't want the rest of the world to know these secrets. You know what I mean? It is about control to an extent. So a lot of stuff that Brother Black Man was saying, I was like, bro, that might be a little over the top. But I've been thinking about it, and I'm like, well, shit, maybe there's something there. You know what I mean? Maybe there's something there. And someone mentioned, I think on my platform, as soon as he's back on, it was Brother Marcus. As soon as he's no longer canceled, he's back on social media. People are coming at him again. He has access to his accounts again. As soon as this becomes a thing, bam, here comes this case. We got to take you in here. We're going to hold you for a day. You and your brother, y'all answer some questions about these allegations, right? It's crazy, man. But on the other hand, if in fact they are guilty, if in fact they have been doing this sort of thing, we know that's, hey, we got to deal with that. And like I said, I'm with brother Tyrus. I don't want it to be true. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
But don't you think that if there was any inkling, because it hasn't just started. It's been 5 years, man. A little longer than 5 years, ain't it?
He got arrested. He got arrested in April this year, JT.
No, but it was before he got arrested. The accusations and all these different things that came about. So when you look at it, it's been a long time, because even when he was on Fresh and Fit, they started 2.5 years ago now, right?
Yeah.
Almost
Fresh
3
Fit.
years.
They coming up on no. They're just barely over 2 years, coming up on like 2.5.
Barely over 2 years, right? Yeah. So he already had his shit going. Him and his brother already had their shit going before Fresh and Fit had theirs going, and they already had the accusations then. So what we're talking about right now is I didn't see that it was over the top what Black Man was saying, because it is about being. You talking about, dog, 500 mil, 300 mil, 100 million. You are definitely a 1%er. No doubt about it.
In any country.
Yeah, on the planet, and giving up the secrets. You know what I mean? And Brother Michael said Fresh and Fit November 2020 is when they started. So there you go. November 2020 is when they started.
Okay, so yeah, they coming up on the third.
Wow.
November
2023, they'll be on their third year. Yes, sir.
Damn. 2 years, 1 million subscribers. Shit.
Million plus.
No, they got 1 million subscribers, and they million came in what? Yeah, in a little under 2 years.
Yeah, just a hair under 2 years.
A
So,
hair
but-
under 2 years. Yeah.
But here's the thing, like the stuff that Tate preaches, and again, I'm like brother JT. Like there's a lot of things that Tate, like what Tate's been saying about military and stuff like that recently. I'm like, I ain't with that. You know what I mean? There's some things that Tate that has said, and I'm like, I ain't with that. There's some things that Myron Gaines has said, I'm like, I ain't with that.
Me too.
But the majority of what they're talking about, the majority of the content, I'm like, yeah, absolutely, right? They tell, it's like Kevin Samuels. It's all the same. It's all the same message coming from all these different guys, right? And it's like, yo, bro, there's nothing wrong with being strong. There's nothing wrong with being masculine. There's nothing wrong with being a protector. There's nothing wrong with being a provider, right? And Tate tell you, like if you living in the basement, you living in your mama's house, you ain't got no money, you fat, you don't deserve a fine woman. Right? We got people out here thinking that they deserve stuff. Everyone gets a trophy. That's all bullshit. Men know that's not the case, right? If you a man, you got to show and prove. It's always been the case and it always will. But we have a system in the West that really don't want men to stand up. Tate talked about this on your mom's podcast with what's the name of that comedian?
Was it Joe Rogan? Was he
Not Rogan, but it's like I'll tell you in a second. But it's like your mom's podcast or something like that.
Andrw? Your mom's podcast. I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Segura, I think it is something Segura, and he was on there with the guy's wife. If you haven't seen it, watch that podcast. And Andrew Tate said, you know what I mean, when you have men who aren't even in charge of their own home, right? How do revolutions start? How do revolts start? Men get together, probably in a pub somewhere in somebody's house, drinking beers, talking about how unhappy they are and how we need to change things. How did America come about? Right? It was men in taverns and bars and in basements around the country. They were like, this is not right. This is unjust. We need to stand up for ourselves. And the women were like, yeah, go out and stand up for yourself. Go out there and stand up for us and go fight for our rights. You ain't got that now. Men don't own anything. They don't have anything. They're not looked up upon by their women, right? The simp culture that Brother Black Man was talking about is real. These dudes will do anything the woman says. Yes, happy wife, happy life. That's insane. You know what I mean? That's insane.
Yeah.
And, so a lot of females don't even understand. Those are dudes you got to watch out for.
Yes, they are.
You know, I posted a video earlier. Like, these are dudes they need to watch out for, because these dudes will just say anything to get with you, fuck you, all that other shit, bro. You know? But the men that you want to listen to, the men that really have your best interest is, I would say, the Andrw Tate, Fresh and Fit, Kevin Samuels, because they tell you the raw truth, because they not trying to fuck you.
No, they just want you to stay at home and be a stepper wife and cook and clean and not go outside at all. That's the only.
Who said that?
Lady.
I mean, who said that?
Who
preaches that?
Andrew Tate, when he said women was property.
Andrew Tate. No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did, bro.
You have to show me where he said that. You gotta show me where he said that. We're gonna do that tomorrow.
You know what, I'm disappointed because I linked that in the private chat in your stream, but I'm gonna link it again. Whee! I wish I could go to the comment section.
What did you say that Andrew Tate said now?
What you link? I see it right here.
Nah, I do.
I see it right here, right?
He say that if you have a girl, you know, saying his girl can go on like
I
girl
will play it.
trips.
Did you send it to me? I will play it right now.
And stuff like that, but he never said
it's
all
in
girls.
the chat.
It's in the chat.
It's in the chat. It's in the private chat.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Hey guys, look, I'm just reading the articles. You guys keep saying what he meant to say.
Wait, hold on. This is an article you read? This is an article you read?
Bro,
or is this a video that like he said it?
I didn't want to link like YouTube videos. Do you want me to link YouTube videos? Or is that DL Sync link that?
No, hold on.
Yeah.
That was me. I linked that video.
Okay.
Don't play the YouTube video, bro.
Hey guys, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Let's just bring so that, because we're all tight with each other, so let's just zoom out real quick and let's use the multiverse where we know someone's sister's cousin's who's a female. Would you recommend that she date Andrew Tate based on what you know about her? If you're looking for a long-term committed relationship, do you want this cousin's sister to date an Andrew Tate or to date, hell, I'll give you a layup, a Ben Shapiro. Which one would you rather she date?
I don't give a fuck who she dates.
Who was that?
Would you rather her date an Andrew Tate or Denzel
Ben Shapiro.
Washington?
Or Denzel Washington. Andrew Tate.
Okay, so first and
Andrew Tate,
foremost,
and I'll tell you why. Well, hold on, real quick, if I can. I'll tell you why. Because I was in Hollywood and I saw what Denzel did. Denzel and Andrew Tate are doing the same thing when it comes to smashing women, but Andrew Tate is telling you he's doing it. Denzel Washington isn't. So yeah, I'd rather have a woman deal with the guy.
And one's moving sloppy as fucking self-centered on himself.
Yeah, I'd rather you be with an honest man than a liar.
No, but hold on. This is the thing. If she's looking for a man to take care of her, right? And she's not looking for a man to be committed to her, and she has access to Andrew Tate type of guy. Okay, fine. Let me tell you what you don't hear women doing: complaining about him. You don't see them.
Yeah, they are. They're the ones who got it banned on social media.
No, come on, man. Not the woman he's dating.
No, but I'm saying women in general, right? You would agree with me that women in general.
Oh, listen to what I just said.
Right?
Listen to what I just said. You don't see the women that he's dating and taking care of putting his business out there. They ain't saying shit. They're quiet.
Because he's not dating anybody. Bro, he's not in a committed relationship.
Right. So that's my whole point. So listen to what I just said. You asked the question. I'm giving you the answer.
Right.
If that's the type of man that she's looking for, you don't hear him beating on any woman. You don't hear he's taking care of it. If that's what she's looking for, you don't hear you hear the accusations for people that don't even know nothing about him. I'm talking about direct people, just like Denzel. Man, at the status of Denzel at, do you think Denzel ain't never smashed another woman? Ever?
I'm pretty sure I don't have to worry about Denzel Washington running a can business in Eastern Europe.
Again, what we talked about before, you are talking about someone that's doing something that's not illegal.
Right.
But you're saying it
right. But what I'm saying
illegal.
is, would you recommend that girl, this distant cousin sister, if she was looking for a committed relationship, would you recommend that she
No. Not
so
if she's
why do
looking.
we defend guys like him and his behavior?
And I keep telling you, we are not defending, and this is what just happened. You just conflated it again. Andrew Tate is up front with women. You're not the only one. He's not the one that's going around here saying, I love you, baby, and I'm running and I'm doing this. He's up front. If the distant cousin was looking for someone to be committed, why would she go to him with her stupid
Because she don't
ass?
know any better, and women love falling for the trap, bro. We all know this. We all
So
know
they
this,
should
bro.
not be allowed to have. They should not be allowed to be mothers to children. Then,
Oh, boy.
if she can't make up, she don't have the wherewithal to pick people. Then she don't have the wherewithal to at least protect her child because she can't make any sound decisions. That is a sound decision that a woman should be able to make at a certain age. So if she can't do that, she should not even be a fucking parent then.
Cool. So you
and how many 16-year-olds we got as parents?
I'm glad we support abortion.
19-year-olds we got as parents.
I'm glad we support the women's right to choose.
Yeah, I support that, and I think the men should have a right to choose as well.
Right. Yeah,
I'm right with it. I'm with it.
And you know what? And you know what would make a perfect system? If we take the women's right to choose away, then child support should start the moment the woman's confirmed to be pregnant.
Okay, fine. I'm with that. But
yeah, that would be perfect.
I'm with that. But here's the thing. As long as a grown-up has the right to choose, the other grown-up should have some sort of right, because you can't have and not have a child. So there are dudes out there who, really want to have a child. And there are women out there who won't do it. I don't want to do it. That's her right. Fine. But when a woman chooses to have a child, that man should have a right as well. He should have exact same rights, other than of course, you can't tell a woman what to do with her body. But outside of that, if she can walk away from the responsibility, he should be able to walk away from the responsibility. Would you agree with that or no?
Yeah.
All right, then cool. So, there's a lot of red pill leanings in your ideology.
Some.
Yeah, there's more than you think.
Some.
There's more, but to the point that Andrew Tate was running
As a matter of
business,
fact, I got a better system for the family child support system than y'all do, and I'm not even renting.
Yeah, mine is real simple. It should be 50-50 custody right off rip. No, first it should be mandatory DNA test and then 50-50 custody if you are the dad. But here's the thing. When you said that Andrew Tate running a cam business in Romania, the Tate brothers never ran a cam business in Romania. It never happened.
It was only in the UK, right?
It was only in London. And that was years ago. Here's the thing. There's OnlyFans now. There's OnlyFans now. So every woman don't need somebody to run a cam, but they got their own cam in their hand.
Yeah, he's running that. He's running the shady ass casinos in Romania now. He's really upgraded his lifestyle.
I think he lost those casinos. I think because that happened right before the pandemic, and I think he lost those casinos. But yeah, he did that.
This is the reason why. This is what Black Man was saying. Also, this is the reason why you would put the law on somebody, especially on a charge that's that heinous. So, because first and foremost, it would draw potential partners away from you. And partners
the problem is we have to remember, JT, we have to remember this is not like America or even the UK. So when I'm looking at this, I'm trying to view it from the corrupt fucking Romanian government kind of shit.
It's gonna be pretty hard, right? It's gonna be pretty hard because
it's hard as fuck. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be pretty hard because every country, pretty much other than America and about 5 other countries, are communistic.
Romania's not a communist country. I mean, it used to be under the red border, but remember, they got their independence.
They're one of the 5.
Yeah, right. And so they're still trying to get up out of that mentality, but we still have to remember that, again, like I read the statistics from Romania, guys, that is a huge human trafficking hub. There's a reason why a lot of foreign guys go to these countries and they take advantage of these women. Remember, gypsies are ethnically called Romas. They come from Romania. These are people who don't have a country, and these are some of the most vulnerable demographics in Eastern Europe. And so I'm just saying, guys, it's just really dicey, man.
To that point, I'm glad you admitted that Romania is not the only hotbed. Detroit is too. Atlanta is too. San Diego is too. You know what I mean?
But Andrew Tate's the only one right now on the news.
No, he's not. He's the only one. Listen, he's the only one that's in social media that's in the news.
Bro,
you got to remember,
JT, all over international. Dude, my wife's mom is talking about him in Germany, bro. This is well beyond social media, bro.
Listen what I'm saying. And they all offer accusations. It is not hard, man. Come on, bro. When you start talking about international crimes, man, and they got somebody like Andrew Tate, he on social media, he in America, he over in UK, Dubai, Romania, he on France, all these different places. This man is going and being on social media, being visible. And so now he's going to be just still out here being the kingpin of a motherfucking human trafficking circuit.
JT, is he the first social media
knowing that the world is looking at him?
Is he the first social media influencer to commit blatant crimes and get caught up in blatant fucking felonies?
He ain't the first one. He haven't committed a crime. He hasn't committed a crime.
Thank you. He's never been charged with any crimes. He hasn't. No, even in the UK, he beat it. You know what I mean? It cost him almost $500,000 to clear his name. And here's the thing. But but here's the thing. This, and we're gonna go over this, man, when we get you on the platform, and we're gonna start breaking this stuff down. And it's not that I want to try to, it sucks because it's gonna paint me as like some sort of fanboy for Andrew Tate. But here's the thing.
Right, like you're trying to save him.
I'm trying to save him. No, but when we do this, when you're gonna platform, it's gonna look that way. So here's the thing. They were running the cam business. His best earner on the cam business, she got fly. Right? She got fly. She did something stupid. He was like, no. She she threw up or spilled a bunch of stuff on the floor. He's like, clean that up. Mind you, these women all lived with him and his brother. They didn't just come to work. They lived there. These, you know what I mean? They were in this, right? Clean that up. And she's like, no, I ain't gonna clean up. Just whatever, whatever. So he kicked her out. Right? He kicked her out. She went to the police and said that he attacked her, beat her, and all this kind of stuff. They came and got him. They came with weapons. This was in London. They came with weapons, just to give you an idea of how serious they took this. They came with the gun squad, the big boy dudes, to take him out because like, this guy's a kickboxer, whatever. Put him in jail. They start doing the investigation. During the course of this quick investigation, the woman said, "Yo, I lied. He didn't hit me." All the other people involved, everybody who was there, they got there. She was like, "I lied. He didn't touch me." He still had to spend like $400,000, $500,000 to clear his name. They went through everything and they were finding more things to throw at him. You know, you throwing everything at the wall. It is what it is. When you get caught up in the system, that's how it works, bro. I know people that got caught for jaywalking, wound up facing a drug charge.
JT,
just like you know.
Rob, I want you guys to answer this honestly. How many times do I need Tyrus? How many times do I need to be caught up in some shady shit? How many countries will it take before you finally start going, damn, Tyrus might be up to some shady shit? Is it 3, 2, 7? How many countries before you start thinking, you know what?
I'm not
Tyrus
saying
might
the
be up
dude.
to some shit.
I didn't say the dude's not up to shady stuff. I'm not saying that, you know, all right, you doing whatever. But running a cam business back then, that wasn't illegal. You know what I mean? I think that
for sure.
You know what I mean?
But it's
I
also
think
not the kind of guy that I would recommend anybody, you know. If I had a son,
but he's out front, Tyrus. But he's out front with what he does. If you go to, and that's why I asked the question, if you go to this guy, if you are a woman and you are of age, and you go to this guy knowing how he's laying, when you know what it is, you gotta take the L. If it's an L to take.
AT, you and I recognize the grift. Here's the problem. I've already been on 2 different platforms where people have suggested that Andrew Tate is either performing or he's true, which means people can't agree whether he's actually legit or not. People don't agree whether he's acting or he actually believes the shit. That's the problem.
What is it that he believes? And this is what I wanted to do, Tyrus. I do want to understand what it is, because you made a couple of accusations where I'm like, okay, we actually got to understand where you coming at with this, because I don't agree with a lot of the things that you said. One of the things that you said was that he's toxic. My question to you is, what is it that makes him toxic?
The fact that he thinks women have to be property and they should always take a back seat to his ambition. Like, it's in a relationship, it's not a partnership, right? See, you got to understand, like, if Andrew Tate is just trying to teach dudes just how to get with a bunch of fucking women, I don't care, bro. There's always a bunch of like womanizers and shit like that out there. But Andrew Tate and these kind of guys are telling these dudes to operate like this in order to be married, in order to be in a committed relationship, in order to attract women. And that's what I got a problem with. I got a problem with the messaging that the red pill gets from guys like him, because they lead to broken homes. Like, if a woman falls for clowns like this, it's gonna lead to a broken home, bro.
The numbers don't support that, though, bro. The numbers don't support what you just said right there.
Yeah, they do.
No, it doesn't. How many?
We can't be arguing about child support.
Who files for divorce more, men or women?
Does that even matter?
It does. It does.
Why?
It does.
Yes.
Why?
Who files for divorce more, men or women? Women. 70% of divorces are filed by women. It's 90% for women who have higher degrees, right? This is true, right? Because you're saying they're a partnership. You're saying that, well, no one leaves. The man doesn't leave. The woman doesn't leave.
Bro,
and these women are leaving.
Do you think women are property? Do you think women are property? You see, you keep trying to tell me what he's trying to say, and I keep looking at what he's saying.
No, you're looking at what he. No, hold on. Let me answer this. Not only do I not think that women are property, Andrew Tate never said women are property, and I'm gonna show you the proof. You're gonna hear from his mouth. What he was saying is, if you're gonna be 100% responsible for someone, you need, there has to be accountability, right? Right. I can't be accountable to you if I don't have any responsibility for your actions, right? And it goes back to that thing where it's like, if you tell your woman not to go out with the girl, I want to go out with my girls, and he says no, right? You should stay home with me. But if you're dealing with a woman who wants to go have you know, a hot girl summer, hot girl weekend, or whatever, go out, have drinks with her girlfriends, hang out with my dudes. I want to go hang out with my guy friends. All Andrew Tate is saying, or what the red pill is saying, leave her. You ain't. She letting you know you ain't important to her. Just go ahead and move on. That's what they're saying. You know what I mean? Now again, who divorces more, men or women? He never said women are property, bro. And that's something we're gonna get into when we do this breakdown. We're gonna do a few episodes so I can. And I think. And here's the thing: a lot of this, it's just I've consumed more of the content than you. And I think once you see some of this stuff and hear what's going on, you'll be like, okay, I see it. Now here's the thing: I see where you're coming from. You're like, I don't like certain aspects of what they're trying to put out there. I get that point. That's fine. I don't like certain aspects of what the United States government does. I don't like certain aspects of what the United States Army does. But I'm still a fan of the United States Army. You know what I mean? I'm cool with the majority of stuff that we did. But, you know, they could fuck up too. You know what I mean? I see everybody coming in the chat, so I'm going to chill out. Miss Globe Girl, real quick, why they put handcuffs on him if he's not arrested? Love, if every time I had handcuffs on, I was arrested, I would have been arrested this many times, 100 times.
Oh, shit.
Use my hands.
You know what I mean?
This
Many, yeah, if everybody put their hands up, I would have been arrested.
Mine too.
And what they do is, and real quick, let me say this, and I'll shut up. And Ms. Glover, what they do is they put the handcuffs on you and they'll tell you, this is for my protection. And then once they got the handcuffs on you there, we want to take you down for ask you some more questions. They leave the cuffs on because they're putting you in the car. And when they get you out the car, again, this is for my protection. You know, sometimes they charge you with stuff and they handcuff you. A lot of times they don't. They keep the handcuffs on you. And in that picture, he was handcuffed from the front. He had his hands in front of him, not behind him. I ain't never been handcuffed from the front. And let me shut up.
So,
welcome to all the brothers.
Just to correct DL, in Germany, if you get arrested, you'll be handcuffed from the front. So please disregard that.
Hold on. Let me let's show love to the people just came in. Got my boy JBJ, we got Black David, and we got my twin black man on filter, and
Jay Takasi in that building.
Yeah. Hey, can I say something real quick, man?
Go ahead, twin.
Because I'm out in these streets, man. I'm trying to support y'all from the truck. Listen, bro. When it comes to Mr. Tate, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, baby, put your headphones back on. You can't hear what Daddy about to say. Put your headphones back on.
Yes, you
can.
Okay,
so listen.
You better hear it.
When it comes to headphones. Turn it up. Okay. So when it comes to Andrew Tate, and all he's saying to men is that when you with a woman and you give her your time, your resources, your money, you take care of her, you be with her, you are any man on this panel that's married will say that they're their wife's covering. I'm not going, even me as a husband, I'm not going to tell my wife, you can just go to Brazil with a whole bunch of females and party and do what the fuck you want to do. No, if you want that, you can be single and do that shit. But when you with me and I'm your covering, you're never going to go to a place where I'm not in arm's reach of being in your space or being there to protect my wife. I'm never going to put her in a position like that. And then when you get married, you're your wife's covering, just like our daughters. I have daughters. I am my daughter's covering until I give her away to her husband. So I'm always with my daughters. So all he's teaching or all he's saying in his videos is that when you with a woman, you have, as a man, you got to have a backbone, and she needs to follow your vision where you're going. And if she can't get on that program, get rid of her. And a lot of people don't like how vulgar and straightforward he is, but that's real shit.
Hey, audience, all you just heard from the panel is real game from a real G, and it's the exact opposite of the fucking dude they're trying to explain. Because if Andrew Tate actually said this, I want to be on the panel right now.
I can pull you up something right now where he gonna say exactly what Black Man was just saying.
Audience, I want y'all to remember something. Remember from 2016 to 2020, when Donald Trump would say some reckless shit, Trump supporters would be like, well, this is what he was really trying to say. And then the reporters would ask Donald Trump, and he'd be like, no, I'm not joking. I actually meant that. This is what people are doing.
Hold on, baby girl, put your headphones back on. Listen. Headphones. Listen. Tyrus, what I'm saying to you is, bro, everything that I'm a researcher, bro. You know that. Come on now. I've heard him say this out of his own mouth. If he say, even a woman asked him, if you get a woman pregnant, would you take care of the baby if you're not married to her? He said, hell yeah. He said, but however, since that woman had my baby, she got to be on my program. And if she's not on my program, I'm going to cut her ass off financially. I'm not going to be taking care of a woman that's going out partying, and she's supposed to be the mother of my child. He's all the stuff that I'm saying to you, he said it, bro. And I can send you all the
bro. Unfortunately, I've watched a lot BM. And this is where we have a fundamental difference, because I guarantee you and I have watched the same videos, and yet you and I are coming to two drastically different conclusions.
Hey, are you stuck on? Oh, my bad.
No, JBJ, actually, I was about to go to you next. I just want to say, I want to hear the guys that just came in. What up, though, bro? You know
what's good? What's good?
Thanks for coming through, bro. So let's want to do JBJ. A question for all of y'all, the guys that just came in. What's your thoughts on about the Andrew Tate situation, him getting arrested, and do you think he's bad for men, or do you think he's toxic? So let's start with JBJ. Then Black David came after JBJ, then Jay, then Op.
I don't believe Andrew Tate's bad for any man. Like, he's telling men to be men at the crust of it. Taru, you stuck on that one comment about him making a joke. Like, he even explained it on the Piers Morgan interview. That exact comment. He's talked about that comment multiple times. If you caught up on not liking the guy for just one comment, then there's a lot of people in the world that we shouldn't even be messing with. We shouldn't be listening to or following behind.
So just to clarify, me and BM just talked about watching a lot of videos. It's not.
Yeah.
The comment is an example of the bad one. I watched the Piers Morgan one where he absolutely bodied Morgan. I want to say that out loud.
He explained that comment that you were talking about.
Right, but I still don't believe him because of all the other videos where he basically implies this impression that he thinks women are property. See, it's not just one comment. I'm taking everything that I've seen. And
you're forming a conclusion.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you this. I have to have some form of ownership over something that I'm supposed to die for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just being honest with you.
I get right, boy. You preaching tonight.
You have to reference them.
No, I get and I'm sorry that I said someone. I have to have some ownership over someone that I'm supposed to die for. Like my kids. I have ownership over them. My wife is supposed to be under my cover. I get now that we live in this new day and age that we're promoting women on the same level as men. We're not the same. We got different qualities. We got different responsibilities. My girl is underneath me. I'm supposed to have that. And if he want to say property, by all means, I don't care. My feelings don't get offended by him saying my girl is my property, because the same way she say his money is my money. We don't get all bent out of shape over that.
Come on, JBJ.
I'm sorry. I'm done.
Once again, JBJ is going to be another dude who I agree with, and I'm going to get pissed off because I'm going to be like, bro, everything you're saying is not what Andrew Tate's saying. Here we go. It's going to be another brush. I guarantee you, every last person on this panel is going to be somebody I could barbecue with, I could freaking go out with and have a good time, except they're not saying anything that Andrew Tate is.
But that proves right there, bro. You don't watch enough of his content there.
No, it proves that I'm getting a fundamental difference of the conclusion that you guys are.
I literally said exactly, almost verbatim, what Andrew Tate said on the Piers Morgan interview.
Right, but what I'm saying is that when I look at everything else, while he might have had
what else you don't like about him?
The interview, bro, I just don't like. First off, I can't trust anybody who wears shades and fucking inside the building, bro. Like,
I was looking around the panel. I was like, anybody got glasses on?
Bro, I'm like,
but man, everybody got a different style, man. That could be weird though, but that don't mean you can't trust somebody.
But I can't trust somebody who's uncomfortable making eye contact. That's just a me thing, though. You get what I mean? Like, if you got to hide your eyes, then either you a poker player or you can't be trusted because you can't look at me in the eye and stand on your word.
Well, you know he played poker now. You know he played professional poker.
That's why he's running a casino in Romania and not America.
Well, it's hard to get in America, man. You ain't got enough money for that.
But unless you,
to be fair, that pot got to be high.
Yeah.
Hard, bro. Yeah.
He run a trap or a bando.
Yeah, hey, JVJ, man, you are absolutely correct, bro. And that's why I think we got to start ripping these capes off these niggas, man. Ripping the capes off them and pushing them off the damn buildings. Because what's happening is we're saying that, we can't say property. Fuck that. If right now, if a dude busts in his house and start shooting that AK, I'm going to jump in front of that bitch in front of my kids and my wife. Because that's what I'm going to do.
Once again, the way you guys are framing it is not the way Andrew Tate framed it.
But he is.
The damnest thing, man. The sale just came up.
Literally views women as trophy wives, bro. I guarantee you, JVS don't view his girl like a trophy wife. I guarantee you, BN don't treat his girl like a trophy wife.
But you know what, bro? At the same time, bro, he's saying. Tell me that, like everybody kept saying about Kevin. Kevin gay. I don't give a fuck if Kevin gay. Kevin can have a dick in his mouth. When he take it out, he's telling the truth. I don't give a fuck about that.
Like I was saying,
the fucking truth is the truth. And the man telling the truth, no man. And you know what Andrew Tate is saying?
Like I tell you on your platform all the time, I don't play that cliche shit. I absolutely shoot the messenger. Y'all say don't shoot,
bro.
Don't shoot the messenger. Nah, I'm gonna shoot that motherfucker, bro. Because sometimes the message and the messenger wrong as fuck.
Hey, but you know what though, Andrew Tate.
Hold on, dog. bro.
Huh?
Where's Andrew Tate lying at, bro? Where's the lie? Where is the lie when he's saying he's not gonna put up with no female that ain't on his fucking on his level or on his vision? Where he going? If you ain't on this level, you got to go.
Bro, I don't like his behavior. I don't like his fucking the way he talks about women. I don't like how he references women. I don't like how
out of it. Take his behavior out of it. Is he telling the truth?
So you want me to put the human trafficking crimes into it then?
Hold on. But I thought you said innocent until proven guilty. That's what you said.
If you want me to take one out, I need to put one in. So if you want me to remove the human trafficking aspect of the alleged crime,
wait, hold on. It's not an alleged crime because he wasn't charged for it, bro. He's not charged. Right. That's what the media has led people to believe it. He hasn't been charged for it. So there's no alleged at all.
Okay.
Well, I can't wait to get home. I can't wait to get to
we can't wait to get there either, bro. And here's the thing, brother Truz. The damnedest thing happened, man, down here in Tampa, man. It just got bright in the motherfucking, man. So I'm going to go ahead and put these glasses on. You know what I mean? Because it's, it just got bright, man. And how about them Bengals?
Wait, hold up, bro. That ain't an Ocho Cinco jersey, yo. You ain't a true Bengals fan, dog.
He got the Bengals jersey.
You ain't a true Bengals fan. Where's Cinco jersey at, bro?
Hey, y'all, let Black David go next because I really want the guys that just came in have a talking point. So, all
right, before Black David go, guys, let's support Black David. He's selling rattlesnake tonsils tonight. It helps with headaches and back hurt and backaches. So I just want to put that out there.
This motherfucker said rattlesnake tonsils.
Toe jam.
That's what he said.
All right, Black David.
Man, you're really in Texas, bro.
Hey, Black David, what's your thoughts on the Andrew Tate situation, and is he toxic?
I'll just say this. I made sure I read the article concerning what happened today and watched a lot of his videos. I can't really say he is toxic because, one, what he was talking about having already been said several times over by old school folks. And I came from a background that people can relate to. People like him and his status had every right and every jurisdiction to dictate how his house was supposed to be. Remember that I said this before. I came from a polygamy family, whereby a certain relative of my grandfather had multiple wives. If they able to do such thing and have that resource, I'm being dead honest. People like him who had the amount of resource and money and property, you can't be with him and not follow their program. I've seen women get kicked out of their house or the man they're living with in my country because you're not gonna get with the program. Know what happened? A new white country replaced you right off the back. That's end of story. Shout out to Amira. She said she's the second wife to this man who was a big man in society. She don't know your trip or whatever. wherever her man wanted to go to, she followed because she paid for the Bentley that she's driving. She paid for the clothes she's wearing. Even though she's working, he don't care about her money because he got the money to take care of her regardless. I think what people need to understand is this. When we to a particular status in life, whereby you have the resource, you got the money, you got the business, you got the property. Any woman to get
Number 2
have to be under your program regardless. Ain't no if or no but. If you can't, guess what? Exit left. It doesn't work with regular guys. I get it. I understand. But when you're on that status and you're on that level,
Black David preaching too. Black David got you some pussy.
Gentlemen, I gotta go. Gentlemen. This is y'all keep doing it, keep pushing, fellas. This was amazing. Shout out to everybody on the panel, everybody in the chat. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. I gotta go. I gotta make a late dinner for my baby. Peace.
That's right, brother.
Peace.
I don't.
Yeah. Hey, Dio, you doing the show tomorrow?
Yes.
Go ahead and announce it, bro.
All right, DL's saying I really want to know podcast. I'm gonna have Brother Tarus on tomorrow. We haven't locked in the time yet, but we gonna do Red Pill 101, and I'm just gonna take him down that rabbit hole I fell down so he can see what I've seen, and we gonna see how it goes. It's gonna be a very base conversation. And then at some point he'll get over the fact that he just don't like Andrew Tate. Don't worry, bro. There's a lot of people out there that just don't like the man, but the message is valid and the message is needed. Keep going. This is a great topic. Peace to everybody. I'm gonna holler at y'all later, brothers. Peace.
All right, brother.
Hey, fellas, let me ask y'all this real quick. What y'all think about this comment down here?
I would love on women like you love on Tate. This would be a better world.
Oh, let me give
shout out to Miss Love.
Hold on.
Thank you.
Let me speak.
Can I go?
This is something that I'm trying to comprehend.
Black David.
Yes.
Can I go first? I'm finna get off.
Okay.
Look, no, that's my brother. I love you, Black David. Hey, listen. So Miss Globe Girl, Miss Globe Girl, we do love our women. But this is what it looks like when men stand for men, and we ain't putting up with no bullshit. This is what it looks like when men stand together. And I know it irks y'all. I know it goes up your spine and goes around your ears and gives you a migraine that men are starting to collectively come together and stand up against all this bullshit y'all cooking on a barbecue grill. And we're tired of it. And men getting a backbone now. They're speaking up, and men are standing in the gap for men. And men are actually taking up for men, and women. Y'all won't see. Y'all lost Derrick Jackson. That's what's wrong. All y'all are taking 12 steps back since y'all lost brother Derrick. And it's
that dude embarrassed himself. I gotta be honest, bro. That dude embarrassed
y'all lost Derrick. Y'all lost y'all Superman. Y'all lost the man that wrote books. Y'all lost the man that took y'all money at these little get-togethers and had a little saying, got up and talked for an hour and a half about
still taking their money.
Yeah, and talking about niggas ain't shit, and y'all lost him. But guess what? Men are going to advocate for men moving forward. I'm definitely going to advocate for men. I'm gonna love my wife, but you know why I'm going to advocate for men? Because I have sons, and I don't want my sons with these chicks out here. That's why I said on the last show, and I told JT we can use this catchphrase. Don't fall for the trick. Be responsible with your dick.
And yes, ladies, sir. If you need to clone a man, you got to ask my wife first before you could clone me. Because while these dudes are becoming more and more incels, guys
I
like
think
me will be
readily
available.
Whoa. So listen, hold on. Tyrese, we're not talking about men. We're not talking about the species that have a penis that want to be sister wives. Because a lot of
black Puerto Rican men out there, Miss Globe Girl, we all around.
Energy,
Drake energy.
You gotta start with this energy.
No. It ain't even about Drake. Hold on, let me tell y'all something right now. It's not even about Drake. Let me tell you something. It's getting past even for women to have. It's getting to a point where women ain't gonna even have women to be their spokesperson. You know who they're gonna have as their spokesperson? Saucy Santana. This is what we moving to.
We need to call it out, man.
If you don't know who Saucy Santana is, that's the spokesperson for women now. No fuck, what is it? No voting, No
voting, no bucking.
That's who y'all got as y'all spokesperson now. A fat ass dude with his hair silver to grow to purple to gold to brown. So you better understand
like this in real
when
life.
it ain't gonna be this. You ain't gonna have this type of talk where you got men that ain't scared to talk to one another about our thoughts, and then we get a chance to figure this shit the fuck out between each other. Now my brother Tyru, he get on my goddamn nerves sometimes with his antics, but I ride for this dude. I go to war with this guy.
Absolutely, JT. You know I got your.
I would never go to war. I would never go to war with goddamn Sussy Santana.
Hey, JT, hold on, goddamn it. Because I go to war with him too. That's my brother, and I love him too. But goddamn, we'll be in the middle of the war, and he over there trying to save the woman with the bug.
You gonna have to pick a goalpost,
I can't look good.
I ain't doing all that.
Leave that bitch alone.
Hey, where he
done brought her to shit. We gotta save her, bro. Boom, we all did.
I told you to leave that cape in your goddamn locker. You out here bringing capes and shit.
No, we all funeral programs and shit.
Yeah, I got that Batman Beyond cape too, bro. You know I'm loaded.
Don't make me go get the Batman tank top.
Let's go.
Man, Miss Global only tonight, ain't she? Miss Globe girl only tonight, ain't she?
Hey, yo, Jay, man. What you got on the show, bro?
When she make that statement.
Hold on, black man. Hold on, black Dave. Hold on. I'm trying to get everybody in. Jay, the only person that get.
I'll make it quick. Don't worry, I'll make it quick. So what I think of Andrew Tate and is toxic? Neutral as hell when it comes to him. I don't think he's toxic. I think he says some things that are somewhat necessary that can be taken out of context and used as like a rhetoric what the media runs with. And I used this example yesterday when I was talking to my boys, you know, who are on JVJ's channel, you know, Marcus and Wally. I compare it to this. People will take what they hear and they just run with it. That's all they run with. Because I used the Donald Sterling thing, for example.
That's your show too, nigga.
And man, listen, if I'm not busy. But no. But all in all, I use the Donald Sterling thing for an example. For example, like, you know, what he said. And the thing is, that's why I said what he said was somewhat racist. And here's what I mean by somewhat, because people don't pay attention to what was said. When that motherfucker said, don't bring black people to my games, she meant the brothers that she messes around with. He said, don't bring those black people around my white friends at my games. Because you are my side
the dudes that you fucking yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't bring them to my games. But at the same time, no, that's why I said somewhat racist, because you said black. That's the problem. You used the term black. If you said don't bring those dudes at my games, then trust me, we wouldn't even gone at that motherfucker. But like I said, he's been doing it for years. So Tyru, you should hate that motherfucker because
I do, but he lost his team, right?
He lost his team, so he got punished rightfully, like he should. But he's actually going out there targeting and saying that crap. Now, granted, it didn't affect me what he said, but now if I was in the vicinity that heard that motherfucker, trust me,
you would have been a different story. Right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. You
would have had problems if he was coaching that team too, right?
Oh no, Chris Paul gonna take care of that for me, man. They gonna jump his ass.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, see, this is what I'm saying. When you say, well, you should care about Donald Sterling, I did, and I'm glad something happened to him.
Well, yeah, you know because like I said, because he's actually
I don't think Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. I think that was
wait. This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Donald Sterling sold the team for $5 billion. He ain't losing shit.
You don't understand the mentality.
No. They paid him off his reputation.
Being real quick, the guys that own these franchises, you got to realize their mentality. They grow up loving these sports, always wanting to own a team, like a little kid root for. So when these guys got to sell a team, you got to understand, like, that's literally part of their soul that they sell it, because they don't view it. They view that franchise like a real fucking thing. You know what I mean?
No.
Yes.
Now that I didn't know.
I'm finna get off. I'll be home.
PlayStation and play 2K.
What you say, JDJ?
I'll be home in about 5 minutes. But guess what, guys? I'm gonna say this. There's only two type of men in the world right now. You got to choose you to be one. You're either gonna be like the men that's on this panel right now, or you're gonna be. It's two type of men: alpha male men, like you see right now, that ain't gonna put up with no bullshit, or you're gonna be a Dwayne Wade type man that will walk in your kid's room and be like, "Hey, you want your pussy today?" Right? Either you want to be Dwayne Wade, or you gonna be a real nigga, bro. Dwayne Wade, that his wife run him. He admittedly said this in a camera. I don't lead my wife. My wife leads me.
Gabriel, you could lead my ass too. Goddamn, she fine.
Hell to the no.
Or you could be like
Hey, Cody is King. Hold on, y'all. Hold on for a minute. That nigga Cody King said. Wait, hey y'all, listen. That nigga Cody King said Lil Nas is Taru's ideal of a real man.
God damn, boy.
Damn, boy.
Nas?
Oh, y'all just salty, bro.
Hey, man.
Well, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road.
Hey, just remember, while all y'all clowning,
I ain't gonna lie, that was a banger though, but it was bad.
He make good music. I ain't gonna cap.
I'm married with
Nas got music. I ain't gonna say shit.
I'm on side quest, baby.
But here, Tyrell, I'm gonna ask you this question because I don't know you for real. Who runs your marriage? You or your wife?
I do.
Well, man, goddamn, pull your balls out then.
Let
Pull
them
your balls
motherfuckers
out
hang out
then.
there.
I'm just saying, man. Like Andrew Tate, I don't get why people like. I don't get how you have a issue with him. Like, if there are certain things that he's possibly have said that turns you off on the wrong way, I get that.
I got daughters in my generation who some of these friends and they boys in this growing red pill community listen to Andrew Tate, so they try to mirror guys like him. And
that's perfect.
I got
girls
hold on, JBS,
because I got a question for him.
I
Go
want
ahead.
to make sure that I don't make this too personal because I hate it when guys do that. I'm simply saying I want these young men to grow up learning what real masculinity is. It is one of their role models is clowns like Andrew Tate. That's the wrong information they're receiving.
I got a question.
No, it's not.
Okay, I got a question. What do you raise your daughters to do when they get older? Like, how are you raising your daughters?
Well, right now I'm teaching them financial literacy. So
I'm saying, what's the ultimate goal? Like the ultimate goal in their life?
Whatever it is right now. They 14 and 12, bro.
I know. I'm saying, in your mind, what do you want their ultimate goal to be?
Just be
As a
happy
father.
marriage, bro. Happily married.
So if you teaching them about, you say you teaching them about what? Finances right now?
Yeah.
What do they need to know about that for?
We live in fucking America where it's
No, I'm just saying, like, you said you want to see them married. Hopefully, you're teaching your daughters to find the right man that can provide them the certain type of lifestyle, respects them, takes care of them, protect them.
And
that should be the number one focus.
No.
Okay. Well, shit. Okay, what should be the number one focus?
Teaching them how to navigate as an adult in an adult world.
Okay, so you're teaching them to be independent.
Yeah. I mean, they're not getting married at 18, right? They're not getting married out of high school, straight out of high school, right? So there's going to be a time where they're probably going to be independent and they're going to need a job and they're going to pay rent and they own phone bill and they own fucking all that other shit.
Well, see, I ain't got daughters. And the reason I say that, like, that's why I push back on when you say Andrew Tate, he's raising these boys the wrong way. No, he's raising these boys to be men because that's what they're going to become. And we need to start raising
me like that, and I came out okay.
Hey, bro, hold on. Let me say this. Everybody know who James Harrison is, right? From the Steelers. Remember he used to play for the Steelers?
Yeah.
James Harrison, his sons are beasts in football, bro. Beast. His sons went to play for a team and they lost. After the game was over, the coach walked up to him and gave both of his boys, they twins, I think, gave both of his boys participation trophies. James took both of the trophies, gave them back to the coach and said, my sons don't participate in getting anything they did not earn. There are men. And if they didn't get it this time, they got to work hard to get it next time. Guess what? He got drugged through the fucking mud by men and women saying, oh, you too harsh on your boys. Why you won't let your boys get their trophy? Why you won't? Listen, that's the world we're living in right now. They want all men to tuck their dicks. And if you're not, and I teach my daughter, one day you're going to meet a man and be married, and you're going to be under his authority, and he's going to be the one covering you and protecting you. You can't be in there sassing him out, cussing the man out, and then expecting this man to jump in front of a fucking bullet for you.
True.
Hey, black man,
I'm trying to
that.
figure out where all these bitter ass women y'all be finding because, boy, woo,
They all around you, man. You just got to talk to
They
them.
all around you. You just
talk to them.
Wow.
No, just ask him a question, man. I literally had a conversation with an older gentleman that worked for me today about this crap.
Rob, are you hitting it? Hold on, Rob, is you hitting the comments, nigga?
Yeah, because I want to respond to this. That's why.
Oh, okay. Shit, tell me something, nigga. I'm thinking I'm about to call goddamn yard stream and cuss their ass out. Like my shit is malfunctioning.
What's called them yard stream?
Got two niggas pushing buttons that ain't good.
And Tyrus, this ain't no jab at Tyrus. This is an overall thing. That's why some niggas today, they're importing their wives instead of getting them domestically.
You said it right the first time.
That doesn't apply, dog. You got to remember, when you're talking about these kind of women, you're talking about Western society. So Germany's part of that too. You guys have to understand. If you know anything about Germany, you know that my wife moving over here for me was a fucking downgrade. Anybody who's ever been to Europe will tell you that. Moving over there, infrastructure, healthcare, the roads, jobs, purchasing power. Coming to America from Germany is a downgrade. BM, so I agree with you that
not if a war pop off.
Society problem. The women that they're going for are coming for non-Western society. So places like Middle East, Africa, or some countries in Africa, a lot of Southeast Asia. That's the places they're going via.
So hold on. So if you didn't meet your wife in Germany and you met Lizzo at Target buying a Twix, do you think you would have married? Do you think you could marry someone like that?
Nah, because the black girls I dated here in America were fine as fuck. You see, that's what I mean. I wouldn't run into Lizzo.
Yeah, but you didn't marry them either.
You didn't marry
them.
You're definitely fucked.
Bro, wait. You think I married her because she's German?
No, he's just saying that you had opportunity at other black women, which is different. You got you a German wife, right?
Technically, didn't I also have an opportunity to do that with other German women?
Yeah, but you didn't. But
right,
still,
so I picked a specific one, right?
Yeah, but where have you had more of your percentage of time spent? You have spent more of your time in America, right? Than in Germany. You spent a little time in Germany, right?
Yeah. In the
military, so the percentage is way out. You had more opportunity in America and you chose somebody German. It still stands.
Yeah, it just happened to work out like that. Yeah, sure.
Hey, let me
What's crazy though is that in the multiverse where I'm single, I would still find a woman faster than a lot of people watching this chat though.
Well, you probably could, man. What you had, Rob?
Hey, so y'all see the comment Miss Globe Girl said, and shout out to you. You supporting the show. I appreciate you. Thank you. She said some of you sound like women, always trying to tell somebody what they're feeling, and just bothered by everything. I'm sorry, ma'am. I don't. We having a conversation.
Can I please say something about that? Can I please say something about that?
Hold on, because I haven't heard nobody getting mad or telling anybody on this panel about, oh, you shouldn't feel a certain way. We having a conversation.
Right.
Yeah. The only way
I don't know where you get this shit from.
The only way we're gonna have
I know what it is. I know what it is. Sometimes women have tabs up on their laptops, and some women like Globe Girl. No offense to her, but sometimes they're on their website of www. Grab that dildo because I don't have a man.com, and then they come on these fucking platforms and start talking to men that talk to men that have wives. Like Taurus, he's not a fucking woman. He has a wife. He's married. JVJ, you married?
I was, not no more.
Okay, I'm married, right? Rob is married. Black David is married. Jay gonna get married one day, and she
right here. She was just right here peeking at me. You know what it is.
So we're not acting like women, because when we get off this platform, we're gonna go get in a warm and saturated bed with some thighs, some titties. And guess what? When I get home, my wife gonna go in there and cook me a
steak. I love titties.
And so that's what I'm saying. If you ain't got no man, you get on these platforms and you start to just take it out on men. I don't have a kid. Y'all act like women.
Let me tell you something.
talking to us like this, baby. When I get off
That's
here,
projection.
I'm gonna get up, put some legs, and just pound that thing to death and go my ass straight to sleep. JT gonna do the same. Rob gonna do the
Hell
same.
yeah, nigga.
You know, Tyrus, Black David gonna go in there and put some monkey juice on his dick and do the same. And then it's just, that's what it is.
Titties.
Hey,
I already
Hey,
watched
Rob.
this.
David.
I got you,
Black
David J. I got you, David J. After I make this, I already watched those shit that you dream about doing. What about that?
Hey,
Monkey
I
juice?
got
Really?
some.
submissive
I got.
shit. You know that submissive shit women say that's a big problem and shit. Oh, we got niggas gotta earn. Yeah, we ain't gotta worry about that shit. That's why we talk about this shit because
She probably over there with a couple. She probably over there wetter than like somebody poured a pitcher of water in that thing and they got
Nah,
nothing to do with them.
she good,
But-
man. I like those comments because I get those type of comments.
Yeah, I
lot of
love
them
it.
on the channel.
I'm all I want to know is that dildo approved by the USDA, and that's all I'm worried about. I
You know
want to make sure
what
you
it
say.
Go, JBJ.
Just here, go back to the comment because I want to show you something. This shit it cracked me up. It cracked me up because like I see these a lot, man. I ain't got real numb to these type of comments. I just wanted to address her first
Go
part.
back, Rob. Get it, Rob. Because I'm trying to get these other. We falling behind.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
You are?
that one.
Oh damn.
Wait,
They
wait.
eat Tyrus
All right, there you
up,
go.
boy.
Look, she started out by saying some of you sound like women. We already know that shaming tactics right off bat.
Amen, right.
Yes, sir.
Trying to tell somebody what they're feeling. Women do that shit every day. First off,
Oh my God!
when it comes to talking to men and just bothered and everything, you bother because you're triggered. Like that's the whole point, and that's the crazy thing. Like that's why I feel some type of way when I hear women and I hear men telling men not to be men. We're not talking about the bad parts of society. We're talking about men being what men are supposed to be. And men are actually standing up and voicing their opinions on issues when our forefathers was quieter than a mouse. And y'all can't handle that shit. It's very fucking telling that you will write that shit. That let me know what type of person you is. Sounds like a bunch of women. Really? Women? I just had to digress from that. That's all I had on that, man. And I just felt some type of way about it.
And take that picture, that picture down there, 'cause that's a beautiful woman. If that's you, girl, you killing the game. I don't know why you're not with no dude. But if that's not your picture, take it down. Let's be honest with each other. Put that picture up there that you really took with the Easter dress on in the week.
Hold on, man. Hold on. And then we got
They call me a jackass.
got Cody. Got Cody, man. He said she got you guys that easy. And then she came back and said it gets some men worked up every time. And she said something else after that. Like,
Can I speak?
I don't get what's going on because like we trying to say we shouldn't respond. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, these the type of women you stay away from.
Can I say something on that?
They
Because
don't know.
the way I'm hearing her, she sounds like, I hate to say that, I'm not trying to be savage, but I want to be
Tyrus,
savage.
is that you?
What?
You fucking with us? Are you?
What?
What?
What are you
You
doing
Miss
with your
Global
nipples?
Girl? Are you Miss Global Girl? Are you fucking with us right now?
No, bro.
Hey, you know, see, you got an eyebrow thread.
I know this nigga doing this. I ain't know what the
No, bro.
Like, they don't know. They don't even see it. Fucking with you, bro. It's all in love.
Oh,
What's that?
Lord,
Somebody
baby.
was saying something.
Bro,
Somebody was
you-
saying
you-
something.
Black lady was saying something. My bad. I ain't mean. No, my bad, Tyra. I ain't mean to do that to you, bro. It just looked. I was like, wait a minute, nigga. We on YouTube. Wait a minute. This ain't.
Oh, man. Oh, that hurt me worse than when y'all making fun of the Browns, man. Damn.
All right. That's my
Oh, man,
bad.
you a Browns fan. Oh, you do got the calf on. My
That's my
bad.
bad. I was wrong.
I'm good, man. This
I
is
was
I'm
wrong.
getting
I'm
to do a
sorry.
sports show when I
I'm
talk
doing
shit
that.
about the Browns, but I ain't gonna talk shit about them next year.
All right, but go ahead, Black David. I'm sorry. You been patient, bro.
Yeah, I know one damn thing. They ain't got no massage. They no more suits over there in Cleveland.
Black David, we're gonna get you a microphone for your microphone.
Right. Yeah, Black David.
Y'all
Talk.
ain't right, bro.
Go ahead, talk, Black David. Go.
We're gonna get you a
Hey, you
microphone
know
on the
what,
microphone.
Black David need to work on that background noise. It sounds like Grambling State Marching Band in this picture. God damn.
But we can't hear his ass. We gonna get his microphone on the microphone.
Hold on. Before I was trying to say that you hit me with that left hook out of nowhere.
Number one.
Number two.
Oh, God. First and foremost, Ms. Globe, I don't know where you are, where you're from, but where I'm from, men don't keep quiet. They speak their mind and they stay on top of it. They ain't got time for the BS, no for the okie doke. If you expect men to be like simp, then that's what you're gonna get for the rest of your life. Then you can stick with the simp. Otherwise, if you want a real man don't tolerate your nonsense.
Black David, we got to understand something, guys. In America, us having a platform, being on these panels, and actually talking about what we thinking internally, this shit is new.
I know.
This, you know what I mean? So when women are viewing the platform,
I get it, but
you know,
I'm just telling you for the line I come from, I've seen men kick women out of the house and say, "You can keep going. You don't need your nonsense over here." Real talk. I think that's needed more often to when women feel like there's no safety net for anyone like them no more, and they will change. Otherwise, you could keep on simping for them, and they keep on the same narrative. I don't like simp. I like to body slam simp or jackknife them or whatever. I don't do well with simp. That's just me. And she sounds like one that dates simp, not a real man. If that's what you want, then all about me. Keep into the date the simp. But don't come in and complain that men don't treat you right. Because they're not men, they're simp. That make it simple. All right?
All right.
Yep. Pretty, I mean,
Hey,
he
man,
is pretty much on the head.
So this is what I want to do right quick, and this is going to be dedicated to my homie Tyrus.
y'all about to set me up again, bro. I already know it's
No. It's not a setup because I got some. I'm gonna play a little bit of this that your boy Andrw Tate had spoke on Just Purdy Things, and he was speaking on this platform with Brittany Jenner, and I don't know why the fuck she was there. Because the
JT, before you play it, can you explain to me Brittany Jenner and her background real quick? Because I'm not familiar with it all that much.
Yeah, so Brittany Jenner was she fucked around with a basketball player, NBA. What's his name, man?
PJ Washington.
PJ Washington. So she ended up hooking up with him. Didn't she have a baby with him?
Oh yeah.
And she got his ass for some child support that was outrageous fucking number. And then she ended up actually getting some notoriety in a social media world over this. So then she started having her own little platform, and she started actually getting a name for herself by being a thought and promoting thoughtism. Now she's at a point where she's like, I fucked around and my thoughtism then fucked me up, and now I want to be humble before I hit the wall. And she looks stupid in the motherfucker right now, and that's basically her whole MO, and that's it.
Okay.
However, I gotta say this: she is a very, very beautiful woman aesthetically, so I can understand how she can get some niggas. Yeah. So I can definitely understand it. It ain't like I can sit back and be oblivious to the whole, the rigmarole. But what I can say is that this wall that she's about to hit, it's about to be a terrible wall, because now she's trying to find somebody to lock her down, and that ain't easy. It ain't easy being greasy. So that's basically her background. Ain't too much to it. Yes, sir. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play this video. I was gonna go ahead and download it. Fuck all that download shit. I'm just gonna share it to the panel. Oh, before I even do that shit, what's going on to my homeboy Dusty?
Let's go.
If I said it,
he know why I said it. He know I said it. Information man called him Dusty.
Damn likely.
What's up, boy? What's going on with you?
What's good? All is well. I was listening while I was driving.
Oh, okay. All right, man. You at the crib? You at the new crib now, ain't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
you was on the platform. Say that again.
How do you spell her name? Brittany Jenner?
Renner.
Yeah,
Brittany Renner.
Like RENNER.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is looking quite right. Yeah, that she is.
Definitely, that's one thing. Dudes can say what the hell they want to say about her ideology, but when you start talking about that she ugly and all that shit, I'm like, man, cut the cap, man.
Yeah, y'all be messing around with them light skinned girls.
Anything but that black anything but
that. Well, her ideology sucks, man. It definitely sucks. So, Carus, this is definitely. I want you to pay attention, and then I want to get everybody's, especially your.
Their use.
Yeah, definitely. Want to get what you think about this. So let's go with it.
In the history of humanity, across any culture, any book, any story, any fable, there has never been across the history of humanity any respect put on the name of a promiscuous female ever. Ever. You name the biggest conquerors that you can possibly name from history. Genghis Khan, Alexander the Great, all of them. They all had 100 wives, bunch of children, Big G, conquered the world. Normal. That is normal evolutionary biology. That's how men are designed to be. There's never been a single female who's been celebrated for her promiscuity ever in history. It's always been frowned upon and disgusting. So yes, we are completely and utterly different. Yes, it's different if a woman cheats on a man. And if a man is at a complete top level of his life and ticks every single box, and if he decides to be loyal, which some do, and I can be loyal, and I have been loyal, but there's also times in my life where I think, fuck it, I don't want to be, and get a new girlfriend every single day of the week. I can do that, and I can decide to do that. If a woman decides to do the same, purely because her value is high enough to attract so many males, because she's beautiful, for example, it is completely different. And I'm going to explain to you why it's completely different, so buckle up. It's different. It's different. It's different. Well, I'll tell you why. It is impossible for a female to be promiscuous on a long enough period of time without devaluing herself. Because she is fucking people she shouldn't be fucking. There is no way she is sleeping with endless men, and all of them are either high-value men or treating her the way she should be treated. You've got a woman who slept with 50, 100 dudes. She's either fucking dudes which aren't at her level or haven't worked hard enough to try and get the pussy. She was just too drunk to realize he's a loser, plays video games. Or she's fucking a top G who barely texts her back. So either way, she's fucking dudes she shouldn't be fucking, or a guy who's at the level who doesn't give her the right amount of attention. For a woman to find a guy who's truly on a level, who truly treats her the way she should be treated, that's once every couple years, if that. You ain't just gonna go out there fucking a new dude every week and say, yeah, he's worth pussy. Yeah, he treats me good enough to get my pussy. Da-da-da. And you know what's funny about the universe? It's actually beautiful about the universe because it's equal and opposite forces. When you devalue yourself, it's kind of like men can smell it on you. They can just look at a bitch and go, oh. And that's the way it works. So you have to be very careful as a female and sit and go, does this man truly deserve to fuck me? And if you think about it, the answer 99% of the time, especially if you're promiscuous, is no. So when a woman is sleeping around with all these men, she's devaluing herself. She's devaluing herself, and the world knows, God knows, the universe knows. When a man does it, he doesn't devalue himself at all. That's just the way it works.
Can I ask you a question? Wait, Esther, 1 second. So, may I ask you a question? What?
Hold on, goddammit. I want to get you guys' feedback on what you just heard.
I agree with him.
I actually, how can I say it? I'm neutral. I actually understand what Taru's talking about, and I understand what y'all are talking about. The real solution is eat the meat, spit out the bones. Most men can't do that. They hear what they want to hear, and then they listen to this, and now they think they're Andrew Tate all of a sudden. Run out here with this red pill dust, yelling at the women on every one of these panels. That is true. The other thing is with Andrew Tate, based on this, which I don't know that much about, what he's saying, I would never introduce a woman to this man. Just being honest. It sounds like everything has to do about him. I'm this guy, therefore you do as I say. And it doesn't sound as if I'm going to protect you and put you in the best situation. It's just because I said so, because I got money and the status, I am in that better situation. It's not only am I going to protect and provide you, because it sounds like self-preservation. I come first. Because I can go out here and cheat and throw the girlfriend away. That's not providing emotional or financial or any kind of stability, which is an actual need for a woman. I'm going to just stop there.
All right, who's next? Go ahead. Anybody?
I'll go next. I got nothing.
His logic on that. message that he gave, like I said earlier before, it doesn't apply to every single man. Men of a specific status, either you're the 1%er or you're of the ruling class, like I said before in past platforms. They have a say in what can be done under their own domain. You cannot be with a man who have a high status in society, either be in the US, either be the UK or anywhere else, and think that, okay, I'm going to be with this man and he would do what I said. It does not work. Do I get when he said such a thing? And yes, they have been shown. You got many these men out there. You cannot say they're not doing these things. They run multiple business, run multiple empire. They got a wife at home. But yeah, when they go on their so-called business trip with security and personnel, you cannot tell me they're not messing with them on the side. I used to work at UBS, and I watched the top executive going to a conference, and all their so-called assistants are not assistant. So let us stop the BS right now. So I get it, I understand it, but it's not for every man. Not every man can reach that particular status. That's just understandable.
Yeah, see, I'm sorry. I got to follow this up because now we're being politically correct here.
Go ahead, Terry.
I need every dude out here to stop talking like you Genghis Khan. Because guess what? You're not. You're not fucking Napoleon. All right? You're not William Wallace. You're not a conquistador. You're not anything. You know what you are? You was that dude who was probably holding that shit up like this, like the fucking rest of us were in history. There's a reason why you only know the one or couple of dudes' names and you don't know everyone else's names. Because most everyday people are fucking everyday people. No, you're not going to be at the top of the skyscraper. No, you're not going to be sitting on top of the fucking kingdom with swords. Stop talking like you a fucking conqueror. And guys like Andrw Tate, bro, I'm sorry. I would never want to be in a combat zone with this dude. Fuck that. My man right there, as a matter of fact, I want the Andrw Tates, when some shit pops off in the community, I want him hiding in the basement with the children. I'll take the women. I trust them with the gun over Andrw Tate. Because all that bullshit, guess what Andrw Tate will also do? I guarantee you if he get captured, he starts snitching. I guarantee you he turned Michael Cohen real quick. He turned into Gunner real quick. You know what I mean? So what these guys who's always preaching like they authority figures, like they tyrants, like they fucking like they're Vladimir Putin, watch for them dudes, men and women. Watch out for them dudes because I'm telling you, man, those be the kind of dudes that stab you in the back the fastest.
Look, I'd rather have a dude that's fucking honest with his shit. And I get what you're saying, bro. But look, this is how I'm taking with Andrw Tate. All he's doing is telling dudes, like, people can take it how they want to take it. You can't control how people take information. I take it as like, hey, if you're a man as knows on this level where you got your money, where you in shape, all that, when you're in the top 2%, you could do shit like this. It's levels to this shit. Of course, every man can't.
It's not the 1500s though, Rob. We don't live in the 1500s, bro. We're not fighting each other on horseback and shit.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on for a minute. Hold on for a minute. Let me introduce my man because he came in earlier. My man out from the north.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. What's going on, my man? My guy.
What's good, y'all?
Man, I actually want to get your take on it, brother. What is it? Because I seen you was in the chat room also. You was in the chat room and you was expressing something. So I want you to get it out right now.
Yeah. So damn, I got echo. Oh, okay.
Okay, you good?
Yeah, I think so. So this my thing. I get what certain people be saying about Tate, but the reason why him and Kevin have been so prolific in these last couple of years is because a lot of people are tired of the same bullshit. A lot of men are tired of being emasculated. We tired of every time we say something, we get pushback from men and women. So it's like they want us to go back into the locker room, go back into the barbershop, shut the fuck up, do what we supposed to do for them while they keep emasculating us, disrespecting us, and they supposed to be able to speak freely. So if you see a situation that happened like with Tory Lanez just recently, everybody taking Meg's side and you see that she fucking lying. So it's like, nah, men are tired of that shit. We tired of being told what we are, what we not, what we like, what we don't like, and we know it's a lie. I mean, come on, like dudes know they don't want no big chicks like that. Dudes know they don't want, chick talking out of order to them, and we supposed to just be cool with that, but protect and provide and lead and guide you when you tell us we can do it. Guys are tired of getting killed behind women, thrown in jail behind women, attacked by other men behind women. So somebody like Tate, yeah, dudes salute him because it's like, that's how I feel. That's the way I think. That's the way I move. That's the way I'm doing my best to build up and move. So when they say Tate just saying all this and hyping up dudes, he tell dudes all the time, get your shit right. The same way Kevin did. He not just telling women this and that. He go off on men the same too. So let's just keep it real. How many dudes on this panel want a hoe as your wife? And she's still a hoe. Nobody wants that. And I'm sorry, Desto, but I just don't agree with you, bro.
You want the tricks though. You definitely want the tricks though.
If you single, it's fine.
Hear me out.
But not for marriage.
No, hear me out.
That's true.
Let's say you got a daughter. She's 27. She meets Andrew Tate. Would you introduce her to him and say this?
I ain't gotta introduce her to nothing. She gotta deal with that shit. I mean, I'm not the type of person.
But since we're just speculating,
I'm not these type of dads like, oh yeah, I do not want my daughter to date. No, she's a grown woman.
Hear me out. Dude is saying, hey, if you don't act right, I'll Uber you back to the streets, which is kind of fair. But his mindset and his approach, women are disposable. Do you believe that this man is going to be there with this woman and put her in the best situation for the next 10, 15, 20 years, or be there for a lifetime for this woman? Do you see that?
If I raise my daughter right,
no, I'm talking about based on what you heard from this man.
Hold on, because the way you posing the question is not realistic. Just because the way he entertains and he says certain things doesn't mean that's the way that man moves in real life. So if he's trying to holler at my daughter, and I raise my daughter how I know I would raise my daughter, she not gonna allow him to disrespect her anyways. Exactly. And I ain't gotta introduce her to him, and I don't have to introduce her to him if I think that. But if I meet this man out in person and he actually is a solid man, and I know what he does on internet is different from who he is, yeah, I'll let my daughter meet him.
And guess what?
That's fair, but I don't know who the dude is. I'm only going based off what I heard in that video.
So this is the thing. This is the thing. This is
fair. That's all I'm saying is just that.
Hey, can I ask Op a question? Hey, can I call you?
Wait. Let Desto finish.
All I'm saying is this. I rock with a lot of manosphere, some of these pills and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, a man is still supposed to put a woman in the best situation that he possibly can. Just because you got money and you got all this and whatever, doesn't mean, well, I'll just throw the woman away. And because I'm so alpha red pill and I do the, that's what I was getting from what he said.
Yeah,
exactly what he
said. I'm like, look, I got to draw the line.
No disrespect. It sounds like you're gonna feelings base what he said versus what he exactly said. He said, as a man, hold on, let me recap. He said that a man can do that at that status. He said he has been loyal, but a man at his level doesn't have to be if he doesn't want to. He can go ahead and exercise his options. But if a woman tries to move in that same manner, it's going to be bad for her because most likely 99% of the time, if she's throwing box around, she's throwing around to the wrong guys. You're not meeting that many great potential husbands and just sleeping with them and kicking them to the curb. That's exactly what he said.
So answer this. Who is exercising his option? Who is he? What is he doing? What is so beneficial? Okay, the dude is married, 5 years with his woman, and he's exercising this option.
That's not what he said. That's what I'm saying, brother. You keep going in stuff that he did not say.
Hey, can I ask you?
No, you can say.
Am I missing something?
Okay. Hey, so I actually agree with your initial answer to this hypothetical. I would throw this perspective at you though. Wouldn't you also agree that as well as we raise our daughters, there's some really good snake oil salesmen out here in these streets, bro?
Yeah,
we see women get called up all the time. I mean, hell, let's just think about some of the body counts we on this panel got back in the day. You know what I mean?
No, I agree.
Aren't there
I
some
agree
good
with you.
successful conmen? You know, we got to be careful with that, right?
Yeah,
No, I agree with you.
I'm
But you have to. But you have to think.
Bro, but accountability.
Real about
Yeah,
men.
because I was just about to say, you got to think. Even if we do our best to our best ability to raise our children right, don't mean when they get from under our guidance that they ain't gonna do fucked up shit.
Facts, but it's still
So it
our
goes
job
both
as
ways.
fathers to give them a warning if we see signs.
No, I agree, but listen what I just said. Just to the same thing you just said about the man being snakes oil salesman. You can raise your children to the best ability, but when they're not in your vision, they're out of your sight, they can still be out there fucking up. So it go both ways, no matter how great you raise your kids. It's a lot of kids in jail that was raised right.
But I already guarantee you agree with me that if she, in this hypothetical, brought him home to dinner and you met him and you saw the red flags, you would bring it up to your daughter, would you not?
I'm gonna bring it up in front of his face and her face.
There you go, bro. That's why you're not Andrew Tate.
Wait, hold on, bro. But this is the thing. You're conflating it. This man is a public figure, and he's letting people know
our young
how
men are
he's lame.
listening to him, JT. Our young men are looking up to these clowns.
Hey, bro, listen. There are winners. Hold on. Wait a minute, Rob. I told him before. Now, we done had a couple of conversations. There are winners and there are fucking losers. One of the things as men that we also understand is that when you are a loser, we let you know that you are a loser. You can accept our help, and we ain't gonna give it to you how you want it. We're gonna give it to you how we can offer it to you. That's just how that shit go. We probably talk about your ass. It's not gonna be the same thing. Winners and losers. If you are a follower, then your ass already losing. You already fucking losing. So those guys that you saying that's following him, they're fucking losers. We ain't talking to them. They're gonna
You gotta convert them, JT. I told you I could save them.
Hold on.
That's why Dusto's here, because I could save them.
Life has to convert them. Life has to convert them.
We have to convert them.
Let me tell you something.
You and me and Rob, we have to convert them.
No, listen. Let me tell you something, bro. I live in a city where the skinny niggas die. If y'all know anything about Tupac, y'all know where that goes. But no, I live in a city, bro, where you get it the hard knocks way, right? You got same neighborhood, went to the same school. Shit, some of them had the same fucking parents, right? They still turned out different. Yeah, some niggas that stayed in the hood, 35, 40 years old. They still out there on the block. They still drinking the same drink that they was drinking when they was 17 years old. Then you had that other dude, he 40 years old. He done moved. He got a family. That nigga probably was so into the hood way more than that nigga that's on the block. It was something else that got him to move to a different thing. It wasn't just we gotta save him. We can't save each other, bro. If you ever notice, any nigga that go out here and they go back to where they came back from, if it was dangerous, what they end up doing? Dying trying to save somebody that they love.
Right, but JT,
I'm not talking about
JT, what about the people on the borderline?
I'm talking about the people that
super ridiculous. Go ahead.
Right. I mean, listen. You either gonna have some insurance where your life is gonna be straight, or your ass gonna be living life on the edge. And winners and losers, bro. That at the end of the day, when you got this is my thing, Tate, because I got a little bit more of that video that I'm gonna show you. What he's telling guys is that it's on you. When you pick a woman that is not gonna be in alignment with you, that's on you by keeping her. He ain't telling dudes to go out here and beat women and try to make them stay with him and stuff like that. He's telling them to be your own person. When he's talking to these women, what he's telling them is that, listen, I'm just doing shit from a primitive standpoint, and then I'll bring it to moderate times. We gonna fit. Watch what he do. Watch what he say.
Can I pose a quick question though?
Yes, sir.
Since they saying that, so would y'all introduce Derek Jackson to your daughter?
Can I answer that question?
Yo, Oops, I love you.
What about
He's a
Steve?
liar.
What about Steve Harvey?
Yes, I would absolutely introduce my daughters to Derek Jackson, and I would be so devastated when my daughters got played.
You want to lie?
I would be so devastated when my daughters.
Oh, you don't want a man that's up front, because let me tell you something. If
no,
say
I would
my
be,
daughter, say my daughter did get with Andrew Tate, right? I would, like I said, that's something that she would have to deal with, because you know what, a guy like Andrew Tate, he gonna let you know up front what's popping, and that's up to you as a woman to be like, no, that's up to you as a woman to say, hey, you know, to say I'm gonna push back from this, I ain't fucking with it, or you gonna say, all right, I can fuck with it. But a guy like Derek Jackson, he can tell you what he wants you to. He'll tell you all the right things, but he out here with somebody else fucking around and shit and fall in love with another girl.
Right, but you got the extreme of Derek Jackson, who's a womanizer, and then the extreme of a Vladimir Putin who tells you everything up front, but it was all fake anyway. You get what I mean? It was just, it wasn't real strength. It was just the perception of strength. You got a lot of dudes who are obsessed with the perception of strength, not actual strength. There's a difference. There's a reason why America doesn't do military parades. Our enemies got to find out our capabilities the hard way. Piss poor militaries like Russia, North Korea, you know, the countries that always do the military parades and parade around their missiles, they do that because they weak as fuck and they got to project strength. You know, like a cat when they raise their hair when they backed in the corner. America, real G's, our enemies find out our capabilities the hard way. As men, that's how we have to move, bro. Andrew Tate's, they move loud as fuck. And so guess what? There's the extreme. You got the Derek Jacksons who are just the straight up womanizers. And then you got the Andrew Tates who are these fucking wannabe authoritarians. Hold on. And you got to have a balance as a man. You have to know when.
He's a liar, though. Fuck a balance if you're a liar. There's no balance if you're a liar.
Wait. Hey, man, I want to know this. Because I heard you say this shit one time, and I never thought I'd hear a bunch of men saying this shit. But what the fuck is a womanizer?
Eric Jackson. Eric Jackson. Them dudes who market themselves specifically to a women.
Man, listen. What I'm asking this question, man.
Yeah, he lied to women.
Right, a woman. There's no. Listen, I'm just gonna put it out there. Fuck it. I was being facetious. Womanizer is not in existence. It's just like motherfucking what's the shit when you're scared of gay people?
Homophobic.
Homophobic. Both of those words should not be in existence. Fuck both of them words.
Oh, I get what you mean, because it's just natural for us to be like
we should never be saying right. Everything is against us when it comes down to bullshit like that.
What is the definition of that anyway?
A womanizer?
Yeah, what's the actual definition? I've never looked that up.
I thought he meant the other word when you about to say.
Or shit, what's the social definition?
You use the word, you never looked it up?
Well, you guys told me that Derek Jackson was a womanizer, so I was just agreeing.
I didn't say that.
Somebody
he's a liar.
Hey, listen.
I say he was a scammer.
I say he was a lying asshole.
Yeah, that's a grifter, right?
That's what he is.
But that's what I'm saying. Like Derek Jackson was marketing himself to a woman's audience. Like that's what made him a grifter, was he was marketing himself to the women.
Now,
specifically.
He's the one that marketed himself like he was a Greek god.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Listen to this bullshit.
Who tried to con. He's the con man. That's what I was saying. Like if I introduced my daughters or met Derek Jackson, I would be like, yes, I approve him, and I would get played because I fell for the con. That's why I said, like, he's the extreme version.
He's a con man, bro.
You would fall for
it. Yeah, it's a grifter. That's what I just fucking said.
Yeah, well, hold on, y'all.
Would you see through it, or would you fall for it?
No, listen.
I would fall in real life. I would fall for the Derek Jackson.
No, I was
like, man, this is a stand-up guy.
Hold on, y'all.
I'd be like, this is a good guy for my daughter, and I'd get played, and this shit.
Womanizer. This is what it is. It's a noun, derogatory.
Marcus, my boy.
A man who engages in numerous casual sexual affairs with women. A notorious womanizer who marries 4 times. It's bullshit.
4 times is a bit excessive.
Bullshit. That's why I had to answer.
4 times.
But listen, I don't have a problem with Derek Jackson because he was out there playing his wife and all that crazy ass bullshit. First and foremost, if y'all see realistic vibes, she already exposed that the goddamn wife was more into that shit than he was. Her ass had she knew all that shit.
He never cheated on the wife. He never. He lied to. He lied to. Listen. He lied to. Hold on. He lied. He lied to the people that were subscribing to his shit. He lied to them, but he didn't lie to his wife because his wife was in on it with him. Because she was providing the women. Hold on. She was providing the women. First of all, how y'all doing? Shout out to all y'all mechanics.
My man Marcus, what's up?
What's up? Oh man.
What up, Marcus?
I should come here more often. Shit. Fuck. Yeah. Yeah, but like,
man,
I mean, like, I'm not taking nothing away from a person that's gonna make money. But when you lie and you deceive the people that are supposed to support you, that ends up becoming an issue.
Facts.
And you know, so I mean, that can be said about many people, many celebrities out there, right? And the thing is,
for sure.
when that chick came out with Mrs. Jackson, she had some posts out there where she was kind of doing like her manifesto, confession. Shout out to Red Lipsticks because JT was referencing that stream. And so before she took down those posts, she said about her father's issue she had. She tried to compete with her brother, her sibling. So she started dressing like a tomboy, very butch. And the next thing you know, she starts looking at women a different way. She starts calling herself these other gender pronoun names. Next thing you know, she meets him in college, and out of some reason, she starts getting upset. She put something in her confession. She says, "I was just happy to be under as one of his chicks. Like basically, as long as I got the attention from him and the other stuff, right?" Then that shit changed.
Absolutely. So but let me ask you a question, Marcus. Do you hold Derek Jackson in contempt for doing what he do and getting them broads? I'm saying, as men, are we mad at my man for doing what he doing to get some damn women? That's why
I can't throw stones at his marriage.
I never had a problem with Derek Jackson. I always had a problem with the comparison. When that motherfucker was on his shit and the woman was like, he this and he that, and I used to always have motherfuckers putting his goddamn videos in my goddamn DMs on Facebook. I used to be like, this nigga is goofy. This was before the whole, shit blew up in his face. I used to be like, this nigga goofy as hell. Man, you gotta start protecting your women, because we don't protect our women. Shit like that. It was goofy shit. I used to be like, man, if you don't get your ass off of here. And then when the shit came out, and then people started talking about he's a womanizer, I was like, I'm not. What the fuck we talking about? What the fuck is a womanizer? A man that study women? What are we talking about?
Right.
I ain't mad at the man because he was out there doing what he had to do, and the women fell for it. You fell for the trick, so what? That's on you. I ain't never mad at no man because I understand our struggle. I understand the struggle of a man. So,
I'll say this, right, JT, real quick before Tarus goes, and I'll be quick. What makes it funny is the fact that there were chicks that found out he was still doing what he was quote unquote doing, and they were shaming him for. But those chicks still went to him after. I'm gonna say it like that. The girls went after, so it's a mix, bro. It's a mixed bag for me. It's a mixed bag. So I'm not gonna say I'm one left or one right,
Yeah,
I mean, he's a goof. My thing is this: when you goofy, man, the only time I like talking about dudes is when they in my circle. I ain't got a problem with talking about you. I ain't got a problem with doing the dozens with your ass. You know what I'm saying? In love and all of that shit. When you on some goofy shit, this new shit that we be doing on here, talking about goofy ass niggas on social media is something different. I'd rather have them on my panel and then tell him that he goofy. Because my whole thing is that I can articulate why I think that you goofy. That don't mean that I gotta look at you and hold you in contempt, though. I mean, think about it, bro. In high school, it was winners and losers, man. It was the dudes that actually, you either had a girlfriend, you had a bunch of girlfriends, or you didn't have shit going for yourself. That was just what it was. And when you didn't have shit going for yourself, you was the loser. The boy that had the girlfriend, he was going through all the goddamn drama with her. You dig what I'm saying? He still wasn't losing because at least you was still giving him a little something. Then you had the dude that was that guy, whether he was on the basketball team or he was in the choir. And those dudes, you don't know sometimes because some of them dudes they sugar boys in the choir. But what I'm saying is that was what we were trying to do when we were younger. A lot of cats don't get a chance to do it until they get older. It is what it is. Why you think your nerds don't conquer until they get older and they get their bread?
Right. JT, but isn't the problem that the people that view, such as myself, who were huge fans of his, are going to look at him? We're going to look at, okay, hey, this is a cool way to operate. Yeah, I followed him until that whole cheating thing, until the hot shit. Never followed that group.
No, bro.
Never.
What? Hey, it's all good, bro. Don't be.
The reason why I stopped fucking with him is because I'm like, if you're gonna try to make money off of being personally in this real everyday space as this like just this golden dude, don't be caught having an affair on your wife on social media.
I ain't never had a problem with that.
But JT, what I'm saying is like, you know me, bro. I'm new to this space, and y'all know that like I'm trying to transfer my real self to the social media self. The true form. That's why I don't fucking lie, because you're gonna find out anyway. Derrick Jackson was trying to do that, but telling everybody this who he really was, but he was making money as a fucking fraud.
Wait, are you talking about that hostage video confession?
Yeah, dog, all that shit. It's like, damn, bro. So you really just a fucking
JT, you remember Bill Clinton? He said, "I did not have sensual relations with that one."
Hey. So this is the thing. Hold on, because I'm glad that Op said what he said. Those are polar opposites. Let me tell you what I mean by that. You had Derrick Jackson that was sitting there, and he was shaming men, the integrity of the man, saying that the integrity of the man has went down because he doesn't honor the woman. All these different shits that he was saying with his videos. He figured it out. As a man, I didn't have a problem with the man doing what he was doing. When he got caught, I thought he was going to get caught with $1 million and scamming people for $1 million or something. He got caught cheating. So it is what it is.
That's the point. But the point
he lost. Let me tell you why I say what I say. No, listen what I'm saying. He lost because he was fake as shit. He was goofy and fake. Now, let's go to his polar opposite. Andrew Tate.
Yes.
This is how I lay. This is how I'm laying right here. Ain't shit fake about me. What's happening?
What's happening?
Fake as fuck.
How? You tell me.
Vladimir Putin, bro.
You think he would go? You telling me he would go through all this bullshit, getting canceled, all this other shit just for being a fake? Come on, bro.
What's wrong with a dictator, huh? Tell me, what's wrong?
Yeah.
Why would he?
I'm trying to tell you. Let me tell you right now, as a parent, you have to be a dictator at some point. You have to be a benevolent dictator.
Or somewhere
exactly.
in some poor whole city.
Scam Mikey was like, is that a dictator? What?
Okay, hey, one mic, y'all. One mic.
You know what I mean? Like grifters do it all the time.
Yeah, but this is the difference with Tate though, and Kevin. They don't try to make it seem like everything's peachy keen for females. That's the biggest thing that men respect about these guys, keeping it real in that sense. As being
they
a
make
man.
it seem like it's peachy for them, and that's the con. That's the con.
Hold on. So if you watch enough of Andrew Tate videos or Kevin videos, they never talk about putting in work.
Bro.
No, I'm just saying real quick. Just answer that question before you add context. It's a yes or no.
18. Yes, they do. But at the end of the day, in context, it's not just what they say, it's how they operate. And at the end of the day, bro, it's really hard for me to fucking get behind a guy running a can business. I don't care if it's legal or not. It's really hard to get behind somebody who would even get involved in some human trafficking shit in the Eastern European country.
Tyrus.
You know what I mean? I just don't operate around people who
Tyrus, you still going off of.
But you still got behind Derek Jackson, though.
Yeah.
Bro, and that's what I said. I fall for that grip too. Just because I might not fall for one doesn't mean I wouldn't fall for the other. There's multiple.
How much
grips.
you pay? How much you pay, Tyrus? Let me know how much.
I mean, like, Jesus Christ, bro. It's not linear.
No, but you said something, Tyrus, and we keep going back and forth to the same part. You keep saying that the man is convicted and doing what you saying that he's doing. And that's not true.
I said he's alleged.
It can't even be alleged because he's not even charged with it.
Well, he got handcuffed in Romania for something.
And he got, and they look, they got to quit it for that shit. So now, whatever. No, you talk about now, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about yeah.
Right, and it still hasn't been out for what it really was. So you're still saying it as if it's the gospel. All I'm saying is that that's not the gospel.
I
right
don't
now.
need, and what I've been saying was prior to this gospel, I didn't need that to not like Andrew Tate or his not like.
No,
Andrew
I get that you don't like him, but my point, listen, again, you still saying certain things because I still wanted to know why it was that you didn't like him. Now, my whole thing was this. I just played part of the video. You still couldn't tell me what it was that you disagreed with what he said on there.
That he's talking, I told you, like he's talking like we're all of us are meant to be conquerors. That's not the fucking world we live in.
He's not.
On top
That
of that,
wasn't what he said. He wasn't.
Bro, did you not hear what he was talking about?
He's talking about the implied
rerun it.
No, I'm because it's still more because he's going to go back. Now he's going to go. It's going to be a woman that's going to be on your side.
So he wasn't talking about history and
history
or I was the only one who
you have somebody on your side. You have a woman on your side. She gonna be talking for you. Okay, this is what's gonna happen. She gonna be talking for Tyrus, and we gonna see what this be like. All right, let's go ahead and run this doggone beef footage.
What would you say if a woman now is married to two men?
No, Brittany is the quiet one that's reflecting off of what they're saying. This little thing right here with this little green, this is gonna be the one that's gonna do all the goddamn talking, and he gonna defeat everything she got to say. Let's go with it.
Haram.
Why?
No, I'll tell you why. Let's talk about this. What is the difference between a man, let's say me, I have 4 wives, right? What's the difference between a man having 4 wives and a woman having 4 men?
You can impregnate the 4 wives at the same time.
You can impregnate the 4 wives at the same time, and we know who the parents are, right? So let's say you had 4 pregnancies, you know who the mother is because she's carrying the baby, and you know who the dad is, top G. If you had a woman with 4 men and she gets pregnant, who's the parents?
What about if?
No, I'm asking.
Okay,
Do you know?
I ask, what if they're different races?
Answer
one white,
the
one black.
question.
You don't know.
Answer the question.
You don't know. Now, modern science.
Don't dudes find out the kid ain't theirs all the time?
Wrong in the eyes of God. The idea of having a family, the idea of a child being born, one of the baselines for a new life to come onto this planet is for at least to understand who the 2 people who made it are. At least, if you have a woman fucking 4 dudes, you don't even know who got her pregnant.
So may I just say,
disgusting.
Have you seen the twins that had 2 different dads?
Oh yeah, I saw that. May I just say something then? So if that is the case, if the one thing that you're meant to have is you, at least you know who the 2 people that put that child on earth are, then that's why promiscuity for men is also a problem, because they get women pregnant. Sometimes they don't even know they have children. That's haram, no?
No, it's completely different. It's different because you have to understand, I'm talking about humans. You look at humans from a societal perspective, but society has changed, right? So let's say 200-300 years ago, if a woman got pregnant, she needed a man to survive. If that man didn't take care of her during pregnancy, she was going to die. She couldn't work a job. She couldn't hunt, couldn't fish, whatever, right? A woman literally needed that man for survival. So if you were to come to me and say, I'm pregnant, but you've been fucked by 4 different dudes, I'd be like, who says it's mine? Why am I looking after you? None of them want to look after her. She will literally perish. This is why in most of the world today, still today, virginity is so coveted. And throughout all of history, it's been so coveted because that's the only way to ensure paternity. She's a virgin. I know that's my baby. She ain't a virgin. Prove it's mine. Outside of this modern science bullshit, Shaitan, the devil we have here in the West, in most of the world today, without virginity or at least a low body count or at least anti-promiscuity, you can't tell that that's your baby. So it's a completely different thing. You're looking at the idea of a woman being pregnant and coming to a group of men and saying, one of you has to take care of me and put up with me when I'm fat and moody and annoying and I need my bills paid. And all the men are going to sit there and go, no, fuck no, prove it's mine. You can't prove it, bounce. Where it's different. If I get 4 women pregnant, we know the deal.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So obviously back then for survival, women needed a man. Otherwise, when they were pregnant, they could die and all of these things, they would perish. In today's society, given evolution, given the fact that as women we can go and get. Yeah, but I'm not saying that. Isn't there a glitch between what is actually happening and the nature of what we have in our bodies? I think that's probably the conflict that we're having right now.
Glitch in what way?
In the sense that women don't feel like they need men in the most physical sense, perhaps naturally.
It's very interesting. Women don't feel like they need men in a physical sense because life is soft, but it's bullshit. And it's bullshit because you still need men by proxy, 1, and 2, the second life gets difficult, you very quickly learn how much you need men. But women will go, I'm independent, I don't need no man because I have an OnlyFans and men pay my OnlyFans, and if anyone comes up to me, I'll call a male police officer. I don't need men. Shut up. Of course you do. You just named your whole life is based on fucking men. The road you're driving on was paved by a man. The house you're living in was built by a man. The car you're driving was designed by a man. Your whole life depends on men. And the second anything bad were to happen to you, the second you were physically threatened, or times were to get hard, or war were to start, or famine, or riots, the first thing you do is find a big strong man, shit yourself, and throw the feminism out the window. Feminism goes out the fucking window the second the snow needs shoveling, or there's a fucking broken down car, or the tire needs changing. Then all that crap vanishes. It's garbage. And this is the actual very interesting thing. I'll make a point here, which is going to get me canceled again, but I don't give a fuck. But this is the point. Feminism in and of itself can't be defended. The point of an idea is that it can be defended by the people who believe in it. This is what the whole point of war since the dawn of time. It doesn't matter if it was the Christians against the Hindus. It doesn't matter if it was the Germans against the French. There were people who had ideas and ideologies, and they're prepared to fight each other to defend their ideology. Feminism is an ideology which cannot be defended by feminists. The only people who can defend feminism are the men who subscribe to the garbage. If all the feminists were to get in a line
and are secretly trying to get laid,
and the conservative men were to get in a line, you will learn very quickly it's bullshit. I had a friend in Afghanistan, in the Taliban.
Hey, look, I gotta get that nigga a plug.
I give him a flame. He's spitting straight flame.
What you heard?
Yo, Rob, I don't got a lighter, but I do agree.
I'm ready for I'm ready for the bullshit. Come on, y'all. Who got the bullshit?
I got the bullshit.
All right.
I'm just being honest. I heard it's 700. Every red part. This is what they're doing now. This is how bad it's getting. If you go over to a dust panel, there's 5 dudes lined up. Well, yeah, where the women at? A woman comes up. My name is Tammy. How old are you? Huh? You a woman. I built the world because I'm a man. Men make more money. They're just ready to compete with the women and use these same talking points and beat them.
No, because they could try to, but no, because they got to do this because women trying to compete with us.
Dog.
Rob, competing with the women is a waste of time. There's a conversation.
Nigga, you not competing with a woman. A woman is competing with us. If a man is competing, now watch this. Socially, if a man is competing with a woman, the men automatically say, hold on, the men automatically say that motherfucker gotta be gay. If women are competing with men, get what they say. She's strong. She independent. She's all these different things. When we compete with women, we're down. We're kind of like dumbed down when it comes down to productivity. In order for me to be like a woman, I have to dumb down my productivity when it comes down to being a man.
That's the point.
How you speak?
So we can't be in competition with them. And I get what you're saying. If you're saying the men are going, and because you do got these, it's the same thing that Tyrus was talking about, where you have some of these dudes that's in this red pill space. They will go out and they will fight with women, argue with them, all these different things, right? This ain't what we talking about. It's the same thing with him. You don't see him going and having a bunch of women on his panel. They asked for him to come on their panel so they can pick his brain, not him picking their brain. So what he's only doing is he's just giving an ideology. And what he was just saying.
That's the reason why a person is a guest on a panel. Hold on, Cam. Remember though, there's a reason why if you're a guest on a panel, they want to hear from you because you're the special guest.
Okay, you know what?
And then hold on. Remember, even F and F, for a lot of people, I understand. Some people don't like F and F, I'm in the middle. You know, there's good and bad. However, when they bring up a point, they say, guys, just because we do this here in the studio and debate or argue or try to give reason and certain facts, don't do this in public with the women. That's what they literally have said before, dude.
Okay,
You know what? Don't try to do this in public.
That's fair, because I hear the elementary conversation that I've been hearing for 3-4 years, and I see the people repeating it. So when I see this, I'm thinking, here we go again. So that might.
Well, get out of the hood then. Fuck.
No, not that. It could be that they invited him to have the elementary conversation, and it was just that. I get it.
Well, so this is the thing. On that platform,
in other words,
he's actually on a platform of a red pill woman. He's on every Just Pearly things.
This
So
man has been interviewed on Fox News, on Tucker Carlson, the #1 news network in America, the mainstream of
that
stop
shit
acting like
that
this
is
stays
garbage. No, hold on. That's fucking garbage. They didn't have that.
Whether you agree, whether
Tarus,
you
I
think
get
they're
what they're
garbage
saying.
or
He was
not,
invited to
doesn't
have a
mean
conversation.
they are still the #1 news network in America. That is a
Bro, and they don't make them a smart fucking news era.
Hold on. Remember,
Also,
the media.
Hold on. They also had goddamn Tariq Nasheed, and that motherfucker can't argue with nobody. Tucker Carlson handed him his ass.
Yeah, they also had Kanye West.
He handed him his ass, and I knew before he went on there that. So when you say #1, it's only #1 because them goddamn left and right motherfuckers be out here thinking that these niggas is giving them the news. It was kind of like what you said earlier. If you ain't talking about national, international news, U.S. China news, if you're not talking about motherfucking shit where they don't have any interest, you ain't talking about nothing. When you talk about
Stop talking about weaves and wigs,
and you talking about that, you talk about motherfuckers that got political interests. When you talk about other motherfuckers, we talk about something different. So when you talk about that #1 shit,
You
hey
don't
man,
think clowns like this ain't taking this shit to the voting booth, bro?
I'm saying, voting. Think about this shit. You got Americans. It's almost 50-50.
Americans, yes. You know,
listen, it's almost 50-50 when you got Americans that can't even agree on voting.
Where's my MAGA hat at right now?
What are we talking about? We are a nation of motherfuckers that don't know what the fuck going on right now. It's like somebody spent our ass around and told us to try to hit the goddamn piano. That's what we are right now.
Trying to push back against.
Tarus,
There's
you
going to
think
be
it's a
Andrew
real
Tate,
conversation?
JT, and then there's going to be me, guys like me trying to push back. That's
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, bro. When we sit back and say something like that, Fox or CNN and all these motherfuckers are #1, but they're #1 in what? Propaganda. That's all they fucking #1 in. Is that in the best interest of neither one of us?
propaganda wins wars.
Nigga, I'd rather listen to Tate than to listen to them motherfuckers.
Listen, I want a baby mama with 6 kids, 3 baby daddies on probation. I want WIC and I want food stamps. Where is
Cody
he at?
That's what I'm talking about. I'd rather listen to that nigga than listen to them goof ass motherfuckers. That's
But hold on though, because y'all brought up Fox News and Tucker Carlson. Y'all understand that if he gets on Joe Rogan, it's a wrap because he averages 11 million viewers on there. All the other ones that you guys named average 1 million or less.
No, I'm
$1 million a piece or less.
Right, a million of viewers though. Remember,
a
videos,
bunch of different mainstream
it can reach up to 1 million.
He's reached a bunch of different platforms, including British
that ain't
mainstream
really, bro.
news.
Come on,
Like,
let's keep it 100. No, but let's keep it 100. America is full of idiots. So what the fuck are we talking about? There's no motherfucker. There's no. Okay.
Give me my PhD, JT. Give me my PhD and being an idiot. Fuck.
I put my cape on for everyone, bro. Men, women, everybody, man. Let's go. Like I said,
at least you're balanced, Tarus. At least you're balanced.
Bro, let's go.
Yeah. Hey, I fuck with Tyrus, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
Bro.
All right.
You a Cavaliers fan?
Yes, sir.
Hold on, Tyru, are you a Cavaliers fan? I didn't ask
Obviously.
All right,
they winning. They doing good.
I'm everything Detroit. He everything Cleveland. So I get it.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you got JT back in your corner too. So you like Donovan Mitchell being over there, right?
Yeah, I love it, man. I wish we didn't have to give up marketing though, but I get it. I like our team a lot better now.
All right, I
What
got
up,
you because
Dre?
one of my uncles is a Cleveland fan, and he happy as hell that Donovan down there right now.
Yeah, bro, they doing it. Hey, man, he loved over here, bro. The stadium win lose always be hyped, man. Yeah, it's dope.
Hey man, I need to go to. Yeah, I'll probably have to go to a game one day.
Fuck Cleveland. Fuck Cleveland right now.
What a what an asshole. What an asshole.
No, I'm just saying. I was cool for the first minute, but it's like, all right, nigga.
No. It was. Hey, Rob.
We are the Lions, the mighty Lions.
All right, John, let's rock with this right here. Oh shit!
I love Cleveland. Keeps America out. And he told me the Americans were telling the girls they could go to school. So they built all these girls' schools, and they put the Afghanistani defense forces there, and they funded the Afghanistani defense forces to protect these schools. You had American satellites, you had night vision goggles. Taliban were afraid to attack. America leaves. Now you have Afghani defense forces. They're basically blind. They don't have satellites anymore. Don't have night vision, whatever. So now it's a real war. The men are standing next to this girls' school. The Taliban are coming. You're some dude. You're standing there, and you're looking at this girls' school going, I don't really give a fuck if girls go to school. Bounce. And you didn't fight. So that's why they all gave up and Taliban took over so quickly. And when I said this, the girls like, yeah, they should have fought for us, feminism. Why don't the women fight?
Can I ask?
Oh, wait, the women can't defend their own fucking idea. You need men to defend feminism. So that's why the whole thing is stupid.
Motherfucking facts what he just said.
So
men don't defend it.
It's motherfucking facts what he just said. Feminism cannot be protected. Hold on. Feminism cannot be protected.
In a convoy gunning with other gunners who were women, bro.
So this was his point.
I gotta pretend like that didn't happen.
Tyrus, this was his point. Feminism cannot be protected by just women.
Bro, that's what technology's for.
Listen
that's
what
why
I just
we
said.
got drones and shit.
Nope. And who's manning the drones?
Women? Do you know how many women are UAV pilots, bro?
Boy, if you don't cut it out.
Serious right now?
If you don't cut it out.
I've never heard that.
The drones in Nevada and Arizona right now that are being flown in the Middle East and Eastern
I want to know
Europe,
what it is. Hold on. You mean to tell me, hold on, I'm going to say this right quick. Let me just put it out there. So you mean to tell me you got women and men, if there was a real gender war and you had women that was fighting for goddamn equality and whatever the feminist
have to be a gender war?
Hold on, because this is what his point was. This was his point. If you had women that was fighting for this equality and all this shit that they talking about they want to fight for, right? And you had the women, all of them. What is it? 8 women to 1? And then you had a couple of the gay guys with them and some of the goddamn and you had some of the goddamn incels and a couple of goddamn what you call them other dudes that's with the women, simps or whatever. And then you have just the men. We 300 up in this bitch. We 300. Y'all want equality, and we gonna fight for equality, just like how men fight. This is what we do. I don't give a fuck. This is what we do.
JT, hold on.
You mean to tell me that if they fought for that shit, that the women will win? You think that? Hold on. Do you think that it will be a war, or would it be a slaughter?
JT, the war.
I think it would never fucking happen.
Scam says he wants to fight for a Waffle House. So let's go.
I'm giving the point that my man was just saying. What he was saying was all the things that y'all out here and y'all gripe and bitch about, we're the ones, men are the ones to protect it from other men.
Bro, and women are literally saying they want to fight for that too. Like, bro, that's the whole fucking point.
No,
and by the way, JT,
I want to hear what y'all got to
go
say.
to Ukraine right now and go tell them Ukrainian women who out there banging against the Russian armament, they ain't shit. They can't fight.
All I'm asking,
I guarantee you get a bullet.
Wait, Tarus, I see your point. Hold on. I see your point. I see your point, Tarus.
No, you talk. Now I'm gonna talk. Stop acting like we ain't got technology. Stop acting like we in the middle of the battlefield yelling ready, aim, fire.
That
Stop
doesn't
acting
matter.
like we out
War
here
is war.
storming the beaches of Normandy. We don't do that shit anymore. We got a drone for that. We got an
Okay,
app for
they
that.
even got all that.
Hey,
All I'm
but
saying is,
listen to
if
the whole
you
fucking
put that
point.
there
Like,
and you split women and men,
Another point.
You don't need to be a man to operate these things.
okay. All I'm asking,
That's what
with your
technology is for.
at the point what you said, hold on, at the Tyrus, at the point that you just said, at that point, I'm still gonna stay right where I'm at. And you have motherfuckers, and they got other men and women, and they say we fighting against the men because the men said fuck that, we ain't giving y'all shit, and we got to have a war. Do you actually believe that it's gonna be a war versus it being a slaughter?
Yes.
What do you think is going to happen with other women when they find out? What do you think?
In a world where it's just us, fist versus women, yes, JT.
There's no fucking fist versus fist. No, I'm talking about with the technology. I'm talking about with the technology, dog. I'm talking about with the technology that we got right now. The shit that we have. If this shit, because y'all think that this shit is far-fetched. It's not. It will be a real gender war, right? This shit right now that we get envisioning, this motherfucking shit, and I'm asking you, do you think that if you had women that's on one side and men on the other side, and then with the women, because you already know with the women, there's going to come a lot of gay guys, a lot of simps, a lot of goddamn incels, and all that is going to be on their side. Do you still think it's going to be a fucking war?
JT,
it's not a gender war. If there's other genders fighting for the opposite gender, that's not a gender war.
JT, the gender war is a lie.
Shout out to the Pookies and Ray Ray.
Do y'all understand the point that my man was making? Do you understand that he was saying that when you got women that are griping and bitching about liberties,
y'all taking it way too deep.
The one that protects their liberties.
Well, he was saying he just making
most part it's men.
As the example, yeah, they're gonna get slaughtered in 15 minutes.
That's just an example. You know,
I don't know why Tarus thinks
y'all missing the whole.
What he said. This is what he was saying.
Talking like all women are just
no, bro. You still not understanding. What he's saying is that as far as women, when you're not in alignment with your protection, your ass is out here in the cold. That's all he was just saying. All of these things that these women, if you hear what the woman, this woman in the green is speaking, the one right here in the green, she's trying to challenge his way of thinking by talking about this whole feminist bullshit.
I'm challenging his way of thinking.
Okay, so my point to you is, who do you think is protecting those liberties?
But JT, I was just talking about to Rob. Yes, I was taking it deeper. The liberties are fake. I was just saying that the war and all this that people think that it is, it's all fake anyway. That's all I was saying.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, I think it's fake. Yeah.
That's what I said. If it was a real, that's why I preference if it was a real gender war, because this ain't no real gender. This ain't no. This the bullshit.
Some of it's being trying to mask.
We're beating each other up over dirt, and there's real money and real power going on over there, and they're feeding the people, stuffing them in, making the victim class. Y'all go fight over there for that, and everything else. So yeah, we know that. That's all.
But Tara, you have to understand, bro. The reason why he talk like this because you have a group of women that's saying they. First off, we human beings, so human beings need something, need someone. So the fact that you have a group of women saying they don't need a man, like it's fucking ridiculous. It's like if in a group of men saying we don't need women. That's fucking ridiculous.
But those women exist since the dawn of time.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
I have daughters. Wait.
You don't
I
think
have daughters.
I ran into women who claim they don't need a man when I was single?
Wait.
Bro, do you understand that your daughters is about to be brought up in the cesspool?
That's why I'm warning them about dudes like me who don't give a fuck about economics.
Okay.
Yeah. We supposed to keep the real about men. But also this, I would never allow my daughter to say. I would never allow my daughter to say that she don't need a man because I'm gonna call her on her bullshit like that's fucking cap.
And I will make sure that my daughters will.
Because guess wait, bro. Hold on, bro. Wait a minute, bro. The reason why I would tell her that because guess what? Your daddy ain't gonna be around, so you need one day you're gonna need a man to depend on one day. All right,
not financially.
Yes, yes, you do. I don't care how much money she got. Because she's not
What
gonna.
are you talking
What do you
about,
mean you
bro?
don't
She
care
get
how
married.
much
She
money
get
she
married.
got?
Hey,
If she,
you would think she'll be with
why
a
would
man
she
that
need a
have the
guy
leverage, where
financially
he
if
could
she
take
got
care of
bread?
most of the shit.
Okay, so this is why. Again, let me tell you something. What you would do is disarm your motherfucker, your
Wow,
daughter.
y'all dudes cannot. Y'all dudes just cannot
Can I
detach
say
yourself
something?
from
Hey, bro,
materialism.
can I say something? Can I say something? Teruz, I just want to say something, bro. That's it.
Go.
Understand this. Do you believe? Because I let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. Do you believe that men are who cover the women on this earth? Do you think that we are their covering?
I don't know what the fuck that means, Jake.
Damn, bro.
I've never talked like this, bro.
Let me, because you're married, right? You're married.
I don't know.
Okay, so you're married. I'm talking to a married man, correct?
Yes.
Okay, why did you marry your wife?
Because I love her.
Okay, what does that entail?
A lot of different shit. We're on the same wavelength. We like some things, but we counterbalance with things we don't like, so we can always have something to talk about. There's always like that tension, a natural tension there. Like, for example, sometimes like her music gets on my nerves, and sometimes my music, especially techno, gets on her nerves. And so I fell in love with how we rub each other and shit like that. That shit's dope.
Okay,
right?
so once that shit is over with, then what
But
else?
it's not over with. It'll never be over with because our music.
Okay, yeah. Once you let me ask you this. Okay, what do you provide your wife?
Safety and security.
Nigga, so why would you not want that for your daughter?
Oh,
Sorry,
you think I provide her? Wait, you think I provide her financially, safety and security?
Bro,
let me ask you a question. What do you provide for your daughters, bro? You still not
bro,
grabbing it.
you know my wife has always made more money than I have, right?
it don't matter, bro.
No damn money. I
It's
asked you.
about money.
But I told y'all guys.
Listen. No. I want to have a conversation, and I don't want to have it frustration. I want to actually have this shit broke down with my brother.
No, but you guys don't seem to understand. I'm simply talking about paycheck income. She does not need to financially rely on a man. Why is that so important?
Because let me tell you why. What we're talking about. I'm talking about overall. It's one thing. Yes, that's an aspect, bro. Look, money is it's a lifeline. We need money, just like a car needs gasoline and oil, right? So in order for us to go in life, we do need money. What I'm asking you though is, this is why I asked you, why did you marry your wife? What was it that you expected to get out of the union between you and her? What is this union that you and her, what are you guys going to produce out of this marriage?
Man, a lot of good memories, a lot of good experiences, like traveling together, raising the family, and then seeing them become successful kids while we still do our thing and travel.
Okay, how do they become successful?
That sounds like legacy, right? Legacy and generation.
Yeah, how do they become that
on time?
Yeah, how do they become that? How do they get to the point where
life
at the status of you and their mom? How do they get that?
Commitment. Yeah, commitment. A lot of these things that dudes are scared of.
They have to have somebody to be committed to, right?
Yeah, a dude worth being committed to.
Okay. How do they know? How do they know how to vet that guy?
Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you fail at it, bro.
No, I'm asking you, how do they know?
Does someone ever know? That's like saying like, how do you know?
They know how to vet people. Yes, this is why I'm asking you.
Dog, vetting and then making the ultimate commitment. Like, hold up, there's a process here, right? It's not just one from the other. It's a process.
No, I'm asking you, how do they get what you guys get? You said by finding the right
just
guy.
Over time, commitment over time. Yes, long term.
Oh, but time does not heal most everything. How do they get what you and their mom get? Or how about I put this? How do they get? Because I'm going somewhere with this, bro. How do they get a replica of what you guys have?
Here's a really simple one. How would they understand the importance of marriage if their mom and dad wasn't currently going on 15 years of marriage?
That's y'all. That ain't them.
That's you. Yeah, like you.
That's you. That's your life. How do you get them? Hold on. How do you get them to at least have a foundation by which you can provide for them? The foundation to where they get a chance to get someone just like you found their mama and their mama found you. How do they get a chance to find that person like y'all found each other?
Right.
Sign a prenup.
Oh, you're muted, brother.
You fucking what? You think I was looking for my wife when I found her? That shit's just random. Like,
bro, this is Tarus. I'm asking you a question that is very prevalent, bro. Listen what I'm saying. Things don't just happen. Things don't just happen, right? No, they don't. There's always a reason. You may not know the reason. That doesn't mean that it just happened. What I'm asking you is, how do your kids find? And I'm gonna get you off the hot seat because I.
Oh no, bro! I don't feel hot at all.
This is my point, bro. This is my point. There's things as men that we have to upkeep. We have to be able to have something of value to this world. We have to have something of value to the ones that we want to take care of, love, and all this crazy ass shit that we out here talk that crazy shit for, right? We gotta have something for that. We don't just become. We don't just because we got a dick, we good, and everybody gonna like us. No, they don't look at us like that. Women do. You can just have a coochie. I don't care how ugly your ass is. You can always get somebody to give you a baby. Right? With men, we have to be.
Are you incapable of keeping a woman committed to you?
Hold on. We have to actually become. We have to actually become. So we got to build ourselves. We got to build our value.
Am I the only person on this panel capable of, let's say, not tying my entire value to how much I make financially?
No,
like, am I the only person?
Brother, you listen. I went another route.
Like my worth is.
Hold on. Let me tell you. I just went another route because it was getting too personal with you. You couldn't even answer to me. Hold on. You could not even answer to me how you can even explain to your children how to find that guy that they have, how to get at least a replica of what you and their mama have. My point is this: we have to.
No, I explained it to you and you didn't want to hear it. It's commitment.
No, it's not.
Through it, right?
No, Tarus, it's not that I don't want to hear it. It's the fact that what I'm saying.
But I just told you it, and then you're like, well, no. But then I'm trying to figure out if I didn't do it.
No.
Like, see, here's the thing, bro. Like, I'm not here to flex on you guys, but there's a reason I've been married for 15 years, and there's a lot of people who have.
But I said, Tarus, I said you. What we have to understand is that we have to. It's going to be a time in your life where you're going to have to separate your life from your children's life. Right now, you are the usher in their life to get them to where they need to be a part of their own life. I get that. That's my whole point to you.
Both of us
How do you get your kids? My point to you is this: how do you get your kids to get what you found and their mom found in a cesspool that we live it in America right now? What y'all talking about? Yes, your kids probably listening to it right now. Let me tell you something right now, bro. By the time they turn 18 years old, your shit gonna be secondary to the shit they really gonna be into. My point to you is, what is it that you have instilled in them to vet that man? Because my whole thing. Hold on. Let me ask this question there. I didn't even ask, and this is my fault. Would you like for your daughters to be married when they get older?
Yeah, if they want to. I'm more concerned with them just having kids. It'll be cool to have grandkids. But
so kids without marriage,
bro, sometimes I have. I mean,
what?
I love that.
What do you say?
After, but shit happens.
What?
Come on, bro.
Justo is checked out of the building.
So, but that right there, bro. Hey, bro. Like, wait. Let me say this.
Wait, hold up. Y'all clowning me because
you setting us back. You setting us back. You setting us back. You know what? Our kids and their kids, they're gonna have the same conversation because that's what you just said, bro.
Wait, hold on. So my kids are going to learn commitment and the value of men by watching their mom and dad interact with each other every day for the next at least 18 years. And then it's not my responsibility to teach my kids foundational things as an adult that they're going to have to learn regardless of gender, like personal budget, like how to drive, like how to pay your bills, like how to keep your credit score up. You know, these sort of things that transcend gender, right? That's not my job either.
You just killed
that is your job. No, Toru, brother, that is your job because you're teaching your daughters how to like navigate in the world.
Shouldn't
and
I
the thing
teach
is,
my
a father
sons that
wants
too?
that.
And shouldn't I teach my sons the same things that I just named off too?
Yes.
So why am I getting clowned for that?
No, you're not getting clowned for it. No, you're not getting clowned for it.
Is a man. It's called a man. That's the foundation. You're saying, well, they can get married. They can just be baby mamas. No, they can have kids, grandkids. The foundation is the damn man.
Yo, I'm sorry, I'm lost because
this is the thing, bro.
The things I was just teaching my daughters was just normal shit I was supposed to. I didn't know this was like optional. I thought it was just standard.
Bro, you messed up. Here go the thing, bro.
Tripping.
At the end of the day,
go ahead, Rob.
It's not about because we ask like, oh, your daughter, you want a daughter to be she don't have to be worried about anything financial. It ain't about money. It don't matter if she make more money. It's about man leadership. A man have to have leadership traits that he need to practice.
And what I'm saying is, Rob, you don't need money to show the leadership. That's the whole thing I've been saying.
Toru, they need
this financial. That's a red flag.
Financial just have to be a part of it. That's a trait.
It's a part of it, but it's not the main thing. Is what I'm saying.
It's not the main thing, but that's one of the traits.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Like integrity, character, all that.
As a man,
it's not one of my traits. Y'all are speaking for me right now.
You ain't gonna be. Let me tell you something. You ain't gonna be nobody's fucking leader being broke. Who the fuck you know? Name one broke ass leader.
Financially independent does not mean
name a broke leader.
Does not mean one person's making money.
Anything other than being broke.
No. I don't think so. Hold on, JT. I don't think he said broke. He just he's bringing it back to this one point where like it's just money. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, he's just saying it's money.
Him, but I'm hearing what he said. But it's not the only thing.
You mean like a woman being a breadwinner? Like she's the only one making money?
Man, don't ever again. That's another goddamn talking point. We got to get out our goddamn lexicon, man. Listen, breadwinner. What was the other two? We had breadwinner, womanizer, and homophobic. Hey man, that is nothing that men should be talking about. Do not ever come up with breadwinner ever again. You sound like you talk about horses. Breadwinner.
Hold on.
That breadwinner shit.
Hey,
let me tell you something. I'm a standard dude. I'm a standard dude.
JT
is what we do in the household. We help one another. I don't give a fuck what goes on, but there are certain things that I do where I lead in, and certain things that she do where she leads in. It is what it is. It's teamwork. God damn it! When we start talking this breadwinner and all this goddamn YouTube bullshit, it's gonna always go to I don't know out there in Never Land somewhere. Listen, fuck that breadwinner shit. Unless you're making $500,000 more than me, you could be making $5,000 a month more than me. That's not breadwinner. You just is what it is. You make more money than me. When we are sitting here talking about these goddamn talking points, man, it gets away from the real thing. And the real thing is family. Fucking family. And in order to have family, you got to have people that like each other and like to be around each other, like to have communion with each other. How the fuck do you do that in the world that we living in right now when you got motherfuckers talking about money, who makes the most money, who leads and all this shit? Man leads. Try not to lead. Try not to lead. Try it. Try it and watch what the fuck you gonna do. It's just like driving a car and you supposed to have your hands on the steering wheel and you don't. And you blindfolded. Do it, man. Do it and watch what the fuck gonna happen. You're gonna be looking like Derek Jackson. You're gonna be looking like Will Smith. You're gonna be looking like all these motherfuckers that keep putting their shit in Jesus' hands. Stop doing it. Be a fucking leader. Period.
So for everyone who has teenage kids like I do,
accountability for everything to go wrong. You gonna be all right.
That they're capable of actually taking care of your daughters. Make sure you set them up financially. so they know how to make their own money and pay their taxes and pay rent when they're in
That's
their
not, I
mid-20s.
didn't ask you that, but I didn't ask you in that. Go ahead, Gusto. I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
Tarus, this is sad. I've been on many dust panels with certified dusto busted crusties. They don't make any money. They want to fight all day and they just look up YouTube talking points. But I expected better from you, son. This was organic, certified. Third story dust.
Why?
What is this over? This is just for you. It's over. Oh, it's over.
Hey, y'all can continue living in the 1950s if y'all want, bro. Y'all be sounding miserable.
Hold on, y'all.
Crazy.
Hold on.
Y'all funny, man.
I need to talk to Tyrell because this is like I don't want to
You
make
need
it
to talk to
like
the other brothers,
on you
bro,
and shit like that. But this is what I'm trying to say, bro. Like it ain't about it ain't about financial. You're right. You know what I'm saying. But as a man, it's important especially when you talk about marriage and trying to have a family. You have to have some type of leadership traits. And unfortunately, holding down a household, I don't give a fuck how much money it is. Holding down a household when you need to. Now, she make more money when it's tough times. As your wife, she supposed to help her husband. And all I'm saying is, if I'm telling my daughters, hey, you need to look for a man who show these traits. If a man is willing to hold you down, is willing to die for you, and all that good shit, that's the type of man that you want to look into. So yes, my daughters, I want them to depend on a man one day. Ain't about her, she could hold her own, all that other shit. No, if you want to have a family, you know what I'm saying? You need to have a man that can have these traits. My wife.
You know what's interesting, Rob? My daughters
My-
already view that, the kind of boys they like. They already view that. And I never had to tell them that. Probably because they saw their dad treat their mom.
Bro, regardless, bro, you gonna continue. You have to continue to tell them that. You got to continue to plant that seed.
There's a difference in boys and men.
There's difference in boys and men. My wife, she homeschool my kids. She cannot do that if I'm not on my shit.
True.
Guys,
You know
what is my solution?
And I can't,
because right now I think I'm living in two different realities because I got a whole bunch of dudes who are having trouble even finding a date. And then I'm getting clowned for teaching my daughters normal human being shit until they find a good husband or a good husband.
That's simple. That's really simple. You want your daughters. You want your daughter. Hold on. Let me say this. You want your daughters to get the best that they can get.
I want them to get a man that treats them right and they love.
Right, that's the best that they can get. You want a man that's willing to. That's why I asked what it is that you offer, because that man still has to offer something. He has to be able to offer, and two of the number one things is security and protection. So, and both of them go hand in hand. And then that man got to eventually.
Right, but you can move the financial aspect out of that. That's my whole point.
Bro, but do you understand that? Do you understand that? I think people don't look this far. This is how people don't look. I got great grandparents that I got a chance to actually see. Understand what I'm telling you. They died. Both of them was pretty much in their 90s. They were pretty much in their 90s. I think they were close to them. Can't remember. But they were married for 75 fucking years, man. This was in the 80s. This is my great grandparents, right? After they died, we found out that my great grandmother, she had a husband before she married, my great grandfather. What I'm saying is that they had a whole different life. If you ever talk to older folks and you see how many times they probably been married, how many times they done had different families, all these different things, you can only give your kids, and this is my point, Tarus, you can only give them a foundation, brother. But at the end of the day, what is it that you want them to have? Do you want them to have a family, or do you want them to be somebody's baby mama? Because this is the time that we in right now. Now and then it's gonna get worse than that, because then they're gonna end up being somebody's secret baby mama. Because it's gonna be a point where motherfuckers ain't gonna be claiming these women. So at the end of the day, what do we want? Because, I mean, you got something.
I want my daughters to choose their boyfriends based on non-financial reasons. I do not know how much more clear I can be about that.
I think what he means is like character, integrity, like I think moral.
That's that's Captain Sherlock shit. I should have to state that.
Hold on. It can't be. It can't be that.
Where I'm setting up my children,
but it can't be that.
Yes, it can, JT. I'm not going to set up my children so that when they're young adults, they gotta wait on a dude.
No, let me finish my thought.
What kind of father would I be?
Because they're not gonna be dating you, bro. They're gonna be dating these niggas that's out here. Hold on.
JT, you really think they're gonna get married at 18? You really think they're gonna get married at 18?
Bro, let me tell you. No, listen what I'm saying. You're not understanding what I'm telling you. The world is really, really screwed up right now, right? But we also have good people that's in this world. What I'm asking you is, what are the tools that you're getting them to vet the people that they're going to be involved with? Just say they're not gonna be dating you. You gonna get them set up, and they're gonna be okay, and they're gonna have money, and they're gonna have all this shit. But if they're not careful, they won't have a family because what they will do is be somebody's baby mama. What I'm asking you is, how are you getting them that foundation? You ain't gotta have it figured out. I didn't have it figured out. Most of these guys that have daughters don't have it figured out.
I'm asking your question directly. These are the conversations I have with my daughters. You see, because I don't hide anything from my daughters. You know what's crazy? I have these conversations about human trafficking. I have these conversations about how to look for guys who have mental instability. What did I tell you guys on Black Man's Unfiltered Network? I know from experience. Why? Because I'm 100% PTSD disabled. So I'm on 4 different fucking psychiatric medications. My daughters know that I'm on these meds because I have this, and this, and I have to take this, and this. That is being real. So they know if they see some sort of mental instability out of the man, they could be like, shit, my dad was dealing with that. I know what that could be a sign of, right? My daughters are going to see how did I treat my wife, how I love her, how I hold her, how affectionate I am. They see that, and they see that maintained over time, because that's what a marriage is, a real fucking commitment. So literally being in a committed, loving marriage is teaching them how to vet a proper fucking candidate. I can agree with that. In the meantime, I agree. GT, until they find a fucking dude who's even close to me, they need to be able to pay their own rent, right? They need to go to college and get a job, right? Because they need to pay their own phone bill, right? And their car insurance, and their car note, and their social life, and they want to go to vacation until they go through the vetting process of finding a fucking dude. It's not either or, it's both. Stop acting like it's fucking either or, it's both. God damn.
This was my whole point to you. Like I said, I agree with that part, but that's only one aspect. I'm gonna let you go right after I finish this, bro. That's only one aspect of it, bro. You got to understand too, when your daughter start dating, you're gonna be in your late 30s, and then when they're gonna start be looking for a husband, you're gonna be close to 50. You're gonna be. It's gonna be at a time
like me. I got married at 20.
No, I get it, bro. Listen, what I'm saying.
It happens.
I get it, but things just don't happen. What I'm asking you, because you got a daughter and son, or you got 2 daughters?
2 daughters.
Yeah, you got 2 daughters, just like I do. Rob got 3 daughters, and I know niggas that got daughters.
My brother got 2 daughters and 1 son.
Yeah, so because the problem is, man, is that we're in a fucking climate right now where it's not gonna get any better for at least 20 years. It's gonna get worse.
So don't you think I should be making sure my daughters are financially independent because it's getting worse? Isn't that prevention?
I never said or. Listen, I never said or. I said and.
Right, but you guys got mad at me when I said I don't want my daughters looking at a dude for finance.
I never said you should.
Yeah, y'all did. Y'all was just clowning me. I told y'all I don't want my daughters having to choose a guy based on money. based on finances.
No.
That's all
I'm saying that one day they have to depend on a man, though. One day they have to depend on a man. When it comes to providing, money is involved.
Why is
Money is
the
definitely
only
involved.
leadership quality that you have as a man tied to finances?
No.
I don't.
I can
When I
tell
view
you.
myself as a
We
leader,
didn't
as
say
a
that.
man, my paycheck is the last thing on my mind.
No,
You know
bro,
that,
You never
right?
let any of us finish.
bro. I
You
got
never let any of us finish when we brought up money. You just got triggered and said, "Oh, we was throwing this money around."
Bro, I asked you guys. No, and JT answered specifically that no, the man needs to lead. He's tired of the breadwinner. That's
You gotta
specifically what you
lead.
said, right?
How do you lead
There's
with
no
no money?
compromise with leadership.
How do you lead, bro?
Bro, why does it have to be zero money? Why can't I make a certain amount and she make a certain amount?
They're not saying
Why are
that.
you talking like it's
That's
either
still
or?
leadership.
Nobody said that.
Bruce,
We're just saying
Nobody
that
said that. That's still leadership, bro.
Truth.
You can make six
hold
figures
on.
a year,
Hold
and
on.
I can only make 50,000 a year. God damn, it's still my responsibility to take care of the goddamn household.
Do you want the answer?
Saying that in order because my wife makes more than me because she's in the medical field, that means I should make zero money?
No.
No, bro.
Nobody
Brother,
said
no
that.
one said that. Brother, no one said that.
And
No
what
one
the
said
fuck
that.
y'all arguing about? That's my whole point. I don't want my daughters being financially reliant on a woman, on a dude, just like my wife's not financially relying on me. What the
Okay,
fuck?
let me let Marcus go because he had been waiting. My bad, Marcus. My bad.
No, well, I was just gonna say the same way that you're gonna teach your kids to watch out for men with these like certain red flags of toxicity, danger, potential dangers, right? Are you gonna try to tell them to self-reflect and see, hey, you got to watch out for your own red flags? You know, look at yourself in the mirror and see, hey, you might have certain issues yourself you have to work on before getting with a man.
Yes, they're not daddy's
kid
little girl,
is
bro. They get critiqued and punished and consequences and all of that.
Right? No, but that's not what I mean though. Like I mean a deeper layer.
But it does. It's about self-discipline and understanding who you are and aren't in reality.
No. Well, I guess what I'm getting at, like you said yourself, right? You went through PTSD. You're on medication.
Yeah.
And were you on this before you had your kids or after you had your kids?
After, bro. I got my first daughter was born in my first deployment, and then I had a deployment after that. So I had 2 deployments total, and so all of this shit developed after both my daughters were born.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. Thank you for sharing.
Tarus, I got some
And
questions.
again, real quick, I'm sorry, Dusto, real quick. Like I tell every panel, I do not do this for sympathy. I don't want that thank you for your service shit. I say this because I don't want my young men repeating the same fucking mistakes that I made. Learn the lessons that I learned the hard way so that you don't fucking have to. That's why I'm here. No sympathy shit.
No. I wasn't feeling sympathy.
I know. I just put that disclaimer on every panel, bro.
We all brothers. We all band brothers over here, bro.
Tarus, I got a couple questions. And first, let me clarify. I would never suggest a woman to just go and say, he got money, go marry him.
Absolutely.
A woman needs character.
Exactly. None of us would say that shit like that.
Character brings long-term money. But let's be real. You're going to need some of that money. Let's not play games. And who makes more money? Men make more than women, and they should. That's just what it is.
But I shouldn't have to tell you that I'm not going to mess with no dusty dude.
Let me finish.
I'm not going to let them mess with no dusty dude.
Hold on, let me finish. Now, here's the deal. Let's just say, because you don't like, I'm just using it as an example. You don't like Andrew Tate. Let's say he makes $10 million a year. And let's say he's off on that stuff that you say he's on. I would tell you, don't send that woman to you. That's not the type of woman. There could be Johnny Post Office making 55. And he has great character, great everything. Yes, that's cool. But money matters. And if a Hurricane Katrina came through, you're going to want a man that's going to get up 3 in the morning, swim through the ocean, and go get that bread. Am I wrong?
In an ideal world, yeah.
Or, you know what?
I don't do utopias. I do a lot of realities, bro.
Okay,
and
here's the reality.
Women can get bread and do both. You know what I mean?
No, here's the reality. You should probably want your daughters to marry a reliable man. If he's reliable, you can rely on him to go get some bread.
You know, there's a lot of dudes who make a lot of money who don't show up when it matters in a woman's life. You know, like a funeral, a wedding. Yeah, things that you actually don't need money for.
First. Hold on, I said character first.
That's the whole point. If there's a dude out there that's only making 55K, my daughter's going to be open to that because she doesn't give a
That's
fuck
cool.
about income.
That's cool.
No,
Why is that
trust
a
me.
bad thing?
You're missing the point.
You can't control how your. I'm sorry,
Listen,
bro,
bro.
and I'm sorry, bro, but you can't control how your daughter feel. You
Right,
might
but I
think
can
that she
control whether or
will
not
be open
out the
for it, but
gate
she might
has to
not.
be relying on the
You
guy,
gotta
right?
think. You gotta think. These girls got it. Not it's with social media
Rob,
and all this other
out the
stuff. They get
gate,
influenced. They got friends
Rob.
and shit like that. Tell them in
Out
their
the
ear.
gate,
You
can
don't
I
know
make
how
sure
they
that my
might be
daughter
open
is
with.
financially independent out the gate? Are you saying I can't even do that for my child?
No,
No,
you can.
I'm
Torus,
saying
you
is
can do
that you
that.
cannot control what she could be open with when it comes to a man. I don't give a damn how much money that
Okay,
my
so
daughter
why
might
can't she just
have
have
or your
hers
daughter
then?
might have.
Big
We
Trump.
cannot.
Bro, but that's been my
Bruce,
whole
I didn't
thing
get to
from the
finish.
jump. Y'all keep acting like it's
Bruh,
either or,
bruh,
or you've been implying
Bruce,
the
bruh.
whole
it's
time like
simple. I
it's
didn't
either
get to
or.
finish. Bruce, ask the question. Do you
AJ
want your woman to
Takashi.
go get a
Not just
reliable man?
What?
Do you want your woman to
What?
get a reliable
Hold on,
man?
y'all. Hold on. What you say, Dustin?
Hold on. I want Toru to get his point off because I'm trying to hear him.
No,
No,
I'm
just
listening.
saying. No, I'm saying, Tarus, do you want your daughter to get a reliable man? Without the
Yes.
false narratives. Reliable.
Without the yes.
Okay. Reliable man needs certain things from a woman. If her priority is financial independence, usually there's a trade-off for that. I've seen this 50,000 times. Army, college, all the time. Women are selling their souls over there, and it takes them twice as much of their own character to do all this financial independence. So why 3% of them make 100 grand, but 15% of men make 100 grand.
Right.
So how much financial independence? Their emotional stability is compromised. They're competing with women, men of all races. They're not built to
Do you think I mean financial independency when I mean 1%? Bro, when I mean financial independency for my daughters, I mean enough to cover rent. They'll always have a roof over their head.
You're talking about the
You think I'm trying to put them in a G-Wagon or some shit?
1 point. No, 1 point.
No.
They meet a reliable if they get. Now I'm not saying until they meet, but I'm just talking about preparation. But I'm talking about also coming in positive energy. A woman saying, "Hey, I'm going to be this person, work on being a support staff, and I'm going to find me a reliable man." The competition for men is very easy for women to go get these men. We asked the women to stop being fat Wigosaurus baby mamas, and they won't do it. The fat Wigosaurs are creating more of them. All they got to do is weigh 140 pounds or less, and they pick from the top 10%.
I like gravy. I like turkey legs. What's wrong with that?
Look at them competing against these men. All they got to do is be nice to them, don't get fat, and don't get pregnant by cholesterol. And most
Who says cholesterol is bad for you? What the fuck?
Then they should understand from you and your wife what stability is. Be in a relationship. Don't be reckless and stay there. And a reliable man will cover financial stability because they don't have to make as much money no more.
Look, I'm saying if a dude can, if he can do that, as well, that's cool, bro. I'm just saying, like, it's cool, bro. Look, he just needs to have something going for himself.
Cool.
Okay, how about this, guys? Can we all agree? Can this guy at least just not mooch off my daughter's income? Can we at least agree on that? He doesn't need to rely on my daughter's income in order to.
I don't know, Tarus, because once you said G-Wagon, I was attentive.
So hold on. Let me put this shit back in perspective right quick, dog. Let me put it back in perspective. Because my nigga, y'all had this motherfucker not sleeping. This my dude, right? You a good dude. Let me tell you something. You are definitely a good father, man, because we out here, we challenging the shit out your ass, and he thinking, and I can see it. He's thinking, and he's like, man, what the fuck? But this is all I wanted to do. I wanted to make it where it's conscious enough for us as men to be able to say, hey, man, this is for the next generation. This is it. So we already understand, and that's why, man. Because I'm looking, I said, God damn.
Oh shit.
And goddamn Dustin with his trolling ass.
Right.
But what we're asking is legitimate questions. It's actually something that is more rhetorical than anything else. It's just to have you to ponder and actually be thinking about just your integrity, dog. The only thing is, man, because we coming up on the 3 hour mark, man. I want to go ahead and close this off. But what we have to do, man, is challenge one another. This is why I like having this type of circle, bro.
Hell yeah.
Because we have to be able, and one of the reasons why I said I fuck with you, bro, is because you will bring it out of us. You will come, you say, nope, I think this way. But you're gonna have a conversation. I ain't tripping off of that. I'll never trip off of that. But what I am is a brother that I like looking at all sides. And just like you, I got certain things that I'm just gonna stand the fuck on until somebody can knock me off of it. I'm gonna stand on it. But iron, it sharpens iron.
But we as men, our foundation got to be that solid, right?
I'm glad that we did get to the end of this right here, because, damn, I didn't know how many other people got daughters by show of hands.
Not that I know of, but not.
Let me correct it. I got.
He said not that he know of. Shit.
Hey, hold on. Kyrie, let me say this real quick. I just want to say, bro, you very needed, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like JTT, you know, I don't want everybody to get confused watching this, bro. We are here to challenge each other and shit like that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Like Rob,
I just can't get over this nigga just saying that.
Who is we, Rob? I ain't challenge him for shit.
This is necessary.
You
was quiet. These panels, these arguments, us getting in these deep dives, us really getting into the perspectives, this is absolutely necessary. Like, this is why I love it, bro, because we need to talk like this, man. We need to be in these spaces, because guess what? Gatekeeping the knowledge is only going to make this shit worse, man. We got to share each other's experience. Or I mean, for God's sakes, as human beings, then what's the point? If we're not sharing our experience with one another.
Let me just say this. I got 2 daughters and 1 granddaughter. I'm the father and the grandfather. The question that he was asking you, Tarus, I was thinking the same way he would think, because for one, we see a lot of women find a way to make way more money than most guys who are not trying to get there. But at the same token, I've seen guys looking for those type of women to leech off. But you will not see them coming. That is the problem. They find a way to finesse women so much to the point whereby I know guys emotional for 2 women. 2 working class for making real money. And he ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, bro. I mean, dude, we all know about the ones, the women that get pregnant by the athlete, to cut the check, they fucking scamming and shit like that. Like, there's examples of that everywhere, man. But at the end of the day, that's the risk you take when you date. That's fucking life. Sometimes you're not gonna know until you fucking know. Sometimes you're just gonna have to learn shit the hard way. And sometimes somebody's gonna learn something the hard way that you get to learn the easy way.
And
that's just fucking life, man.
I'm glad you say that, because here's the thing. JT knows it about me. Scam like knows about me. Jacob Kat knows about me. They see my kids. I make sure I have a one-on-one conversation with each of them individually. If I'm talking to my son, my daughter stay out of the business. If I'm talking to my daughter, my son stay. I want to make sure I see where they're thinking at, where they are that to be based on. If I see something flawed about it, I would chant them.
My bad. Hey, tell this dude I'll drift him. I'll drive him on the Nürburgring. Let's go right now. I don't even care what he said in the comment. I saw the drift car. I saw him hitting that fucking. You ain't hitting that Apex, son. Fuck you.
Yeah.
So, being a father, and I learned one lesson. You want to pick your child brain every now and then to see where their view are, where they're out there, because you can give your insight in them. But when they're out there and among their peers, it can get distorted. My son tell me things that even I'm like, look at him like, you tell your mom about it? He say, no, let's keep between us. But some things he has to tell his mom about it, because we need to be aware of it. Because my son will tell you, what me and him talk about is between father and son. It's nobody else's business.
Facts.
Same thing with my daughter. I do the same thing. I want to make sure they feel free to tell me everything, so we can break down the confusion and make sure that they're clear. Because when JT was asking this question left and right, I was watching your face. I'm like, God damn. He's now thinking about it differently.
And Black David, that's what scares me, man. Because on this, guys, I really hope we all agree. That's what scares me, just as general as American men. somehow, some way, we got to break the cycle of broken homes. Because at the end of the day, bro, our parents, like your parents, got to be there.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, and this is where me and Rob started our channels off of, was men accountability.
And
we're gonna be having more videos and more content based off of what we need to do in order to. This is the thing. Fuck building. We got to tear some shit down. We are right now in a process of the demolition process, and at the end of the day, we got to start tearing some of these bullshit ass ideologies down before we can start building. Because I don't want to be building on top of shit. This was the reason why I asked.
All right. But JT, real quick before you close, I gotta ask you this. I've been researching who you told me, Brittany Ringer.
Mm-hmm.
How come you guys don't ever invite me on panel to talk about her? Because I fucking hate her. I don't like her at all.
Last time we did a show,
we don't really talk about this. We don't really talk about
toxic. That's toxic femininity right there.
That was one of me and Rob.
That's a new one.
That was one of me and Rob's first shows that we actually did. Was her and DJ Academic, and we did a show on that bullshit. And like now, it'll be worse because back then we were just starting out. You know, we was trying to be nice in these YouTube streets. But my whole thing is, I don't. This is the thing. I really don't. I don't highlight women on this channel and you know and go in on them. I like to focus on our accountability as men, and this is the reason why. And I had women. They kind of like agreed with me until I said, "Listen, I'm gonna hold the man." We were talking about. I don't know what channel I was on, but we were talking about accountability when it comes down to child support. And I said, well, listen, I'm going to hold the man accountable, right? And you had women like, say that. And they were all in there. They was doing 100% and all that shit. I said, the reason why I'm going to hold men accountable is because women are like children. And they don't like to be accountable. And we done went through 4 decades of them not being accountable. So we need to take the goddamn accountability. We need to be responsible for the shit because they're kids. And a lot of them are like retarded kids. And they got mad. The women got mad at me when I said that shit. And I said, I'm going to stick on that shit right there. I was glad that I did because at the end of the day, when you try to hold a goddamn woman accountable, what do they say? You're bashing women. You all on it. I say, okay, well, I'm just going to ignore them then. I'm going to talk to the responsible party. That's why when a woman try to argue with me on here, the first thing I tell her is, go get your husband. I want to talk to the responsible the party over here. Somebody try to be out in the street and a woman try to argue with me in the streets. Go get the most responsible person in your goddamn. Go get your husband.
JT, what if you meet the husband and you realize he's not responsible either?
I'll beat his ass. That's the one that's gonna beat his ass with.
Clown his ass.
That's the one because let me tell you something. When I was younger, it was a dude. His girl kept arguing with me. I kept looking at him. The motherfucker didn't say shit to her. I whooped his ass while she was talking shit.
Damn.
I beat him up.
Good man.
And while I was looking at her, got his back dirty. Now what? This is how you gotta look at it, bro.
Hey, that's lying.
At the end of the day, I'm not one of them dudes. I'm not one of those dudes who's gonna go out here and talk shit about women and all that. I got a woman. I love her. If I got a problem with her, me and her gonna have to deal with that shit. I ain't got to deal with these other goddamn women. But I do talk to the men because we are the leaders. We are leaders. So at the end of the day, if you got a woman that you are involved with and she leading your ass, hey man, it's like driving a car with your hands off the steering wheel. That's all I'm saying. And you're blindfolded. So at the end of the day, I don't know how, and we haven't gotten deep into what that leadership look. It looks different. You know, all it got to do is just be some goddamn leadership. You know what I'm saying? Can't be leading from the rear like that, man. That's all I gotta say right there, brother. If anybody else got something to say, Rob, me and Rob, we gonna close it out, man. But we gonna do final thoughts, man. Let's start with my man
Let me go.
Marcus.
All right, thank God. I was about to knock out right now. Yo, shout out to JT, man, Rob, Tarus, CBN, Jay, Justo. Hey, man, I respect men, especially men who stand on their convictions and stand on what they believe and represent. I think that's what's been lacking a lot of times in these day and ages. I think a lot of times when you're a man, if you're a man with your principles and your values, and that means that no one can press you, that means, you know, you're a man of conviction. So shout out to the panel, man. Shout out to y'all. It's a dope conversation. Interesting. At times you want to get each other's necks, but, you know, it just shows the camaraderie and the brotherhood between y'all. So, and I'm glad and I'm honored to be a part of it. So, and then make sure y'all hit the link, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the Cash App, PayPal, Super Chat to support every and every one of these content creators, man. Coming up on What We Know, Black and Unfiltered, Jay Takashi, CBN Tech Talk, and anybody else. I see the info man on the chat, Straight Blanco, everybody else.
Shout out to information, man.
Oh shit!
My homeboy. Hey,
oh yeah,
Marcus. Hey, shout out your channel, man. Let them know where they can find you, bro.
Oh yeah. Oh, my bad. My apologies. Yesterday we had our first episode on the JBJ Network on Wednesdays called The Weekly Drop. We don't just talk about relationships. We don't talk about a plethora of other topics. We talk about, you know, sometimes it could be political, sometimes it could be controversial, sometimes it's sports, sometimes it's gaming, sometimes it's entertainment media. We try to stay kind of like, you know, various and make people, you know, come and have a perspective, opinion. We'll bring you up on the panel. Sometimes it's open, sometimes it's one-on-one, sometimes it's one at a time, and we'll keep the conversation flowing. Yesterday we reacted to the Vice Cully things where it was pro and anti-feminist, so you got stances of different types, people at each other's necks and throats at times. And then we also reacted to originally was a domino effect of the Joe Rogan talk with Andrew Schultz on Joe Rogan's podcast. And that's the new channel. That's the new episode, and the new title for the show. The weekly drop at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Y'all feel free. Please subscribe. And I appreciate the plug that y'all gave me as well. So shout out to y'all.
Absolutely. My man.
For sure, bro.
Man, Marcus.
Put you backstage, bro.
All right, man. Who we got next? We got let's get my man Jay Takashi up in this beard.
Hey, what's up? Oh God.
Yeah, my bad.
All right. Okay. First of all, Dusto, you a funny motherfucker, bro. I ain't never cried, laugh in such a freaking long time. It's been 5 years since somebody made me laugh like that. God Christ. Oh man, that's some Looney Tunes shit, dude. But no, deadass JT, that motherfucker had me rolled it. Cause I was never laughing at my man Toru. I'm laughing at freaking what Dusto was saying, like, bro, you being crazy right now, bro. Freaking, he compared a chick to a brontosaurus or some shit. Whatever the fuck.
Hey, that's the kid. Don't call the black man on Twitter. He's the worst than that.
Oh man, I ain't never heard that in my life. Brontosaurus. But all seriousness, man. I appreciate you having me here. What We Know podcast, man. It's nice to finally be on your platform, man. It's been a minute. And you know, like I said, I enjoyed the conversation. Us men coming here to talk like we're supposed to be, standing on our own 10 toes, believing in what we believe, but also, you know, being challenged one another, but we're respectfully and not like being disrespectful. Of course not. And like I said, that's very much needed nowadays. Like I said, some cats can't, you know, stand on their 10 toes about stuff. I got a military dad that taught me how to stand on my own 10 toes. And he challenged me a lot of times on a lot of things to see if I break sometimes. And I'm like, I'm just as stubborn as you. So, hey, I'll lay out the points. I'll be honest. I'll be truthful. I got no reason to lie about some stuff like that. Because, like, you know, because my dad texts me every day whenever I call him. Yeah. So, yeah. And like I said, it's that military, way of enlisting things inside of you. But, guys, I have a channel. It's called Jay Takashi, Marcus, my man Marcus, and my man Welltop Productions, Wally. Over there, we do anime. We do, like I said, we do real world topics. We do freaking interviews. We do reactions. And also we do collabs. I'm in the process of trying to get some people to interview currently right now. Like I said, hopefully the first sister that'll be on there, who Jill's Chocolate. She sells chocolates online and things like that. She's going to be first and the first line of many to be on. And like I said, be sure to check us out on Saturday. We do various things. It's more so a free for all. We talk about everything. It's more chill over my place. It's not like we coming at each other nonsense. It's like I said, it's more chill over there. Like I said, I tell anybody to bring in any woman bashing, man bashing, get that shit out of there. Like I said, we over there just having a chill, having a good old time. It ain't no utopia, but it's chill. Simple enough. You can speak your truth. No one's gonna cut you off. And trust me, if we get it, and trust me, anybody try to disrespect a man on my panel, trust me, they get kicked the fuck off. Or that. But other than that, like I said, check me out. Check out the content there. And also, like I said, if you have any questions for me or want to reach me personally, check me out at check out my Instagram, jjohnson3242. Yeah, like I said, just message me if you want to do a collab or something, or if you have a topic you wanted me to talk about. I'm all free to answer those questions. Other than that, y'all cats have a great night. Work out, get your money straight, work on your character, integrity, things like that. Otherwise, Tori's not gonna let you date his daughters. Rightfully so. Because see, I'm worse. See, I'm gonna be worse than Toru, and here's why. Everybody saw Bad Boys 2, right? What the dad did when that motherfucker came in the door, that's what I'm gonna do,
bro.
And I'm like, hey,
the sunglasses better be just as reflective, bro.
Yeah, but no. But all in that, like I said, men, fathers out there, listen, I appreciate you still being in your kid's life. I love to hear more of that. That makes me happy to hear that, which means all hope is not lost. What's good. But other than that, like I said, everybody have a great night. Work out, drink some tea, green tea. It's healthy for you. Do that, and also get a good night's sleep. I got to dip. I got a couple more things to do because I got to work tomorrow. But other than that, y'all have a great night. Peace out.
Yeah, my man. Takashi, man.
Oh, my boy.
Yes, sir. Let's go with the Dustosphere. Welcome to the Dustosphere.
Hey, yo, Dust, man. The holiday is over, man. When the Wickenaggers coming back, man?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Wigginator 1000 for all feminists.
I missed that, brother, huh?
When women get online, you just simply put the Wigginator 1000 and she says, I don't need no man. That's every time. It'll get her in line within 30 to 60 days or a money back guarantee. But ladies and gentlemen, the Dustosphere will be back open for the FY23 with season 2. We expect some organic 50-pound bags of dust. Anyway, in closing thoughts, shout out to Jerus. I actually like this guy because he comes in good faith, trying to do good things. Unfortunately, when you have trolls like me that come onto the panels, we're going to have to dust this guy off at least once a week. But I believe, and these are opinions, and these are just things that we, some of us believe. The foundation of a family is a strong man, the best man. Prepare your daughters, those of you who have daughters, to get the best man of character, of value, of structure, of discipline, of focus, of integrity, all those things. And he's probably going to make some of that cash and lean too. He's going to have a plan. He's going to be disciplined. He's going to be focused, and people value those people in all categories. He's probably going to be in shape, almost as good looking as me. You want your daughters to be in line with those men. That's what builds families. Then you don't have to worry about financial independence, emotional stability, financial stability, protection, provision, and all that stuff. Or you can go get that dude over there who might work here and there, Amazon here, but then he smoked and failed the drug test. Now they're going to them schools and got the police called and got, windows falling out the sky and all that kind of stuff. You get robbed, mugged 3 times a week. You got winos drunk, sleep, peeing on themselves in the hallway of your building. Now, how do we want to do this? We can do this the easy way, or we can do it the hard way. You can raise women and say, hey, you got to learn how to cook clean, be nice, smile, have some patience, and act like a lady. And this is not to you, Taruf. This is me talking to the audience. Or you can raise fat 346-pound masculine baby mamas that have 2 strands of hair hanging out the side and one hanging out their ear. Ain't took a shower in 3 days, getting on panels. Yeah, these niggas ain't that. These jive niggas ain't. You can have those running around in your household. Then they're going to reproduce. From third ward, and just got locked up. Now you got 6 grandkids running around with diapers sagging all off to their ankles, all in your living room, tearing up your couch. When will you people learn to do this the right way? Shout out to beautiful animated speaks. Assalamu alaikum.
Wiggle
Masla.
Shout out to the nation of Wiggle. I'll see you all in the Duster Sphere.
My man. Welcome to the Duster Sphere.
Yo, look at Taru. Taru is cracking up right now. He can't even hold it.
I fucking love you guys, man.
Well, let's go to get Black David up in here with the
motherfucker.
First of all, I'm going to address this issue. A black man said, I don't use monkey juice. Let's stop that nonsense, okay? I ain't Shaka Zulu, all right? Like,
not Shaka Zulu, motherfucker.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. Black man, motherfucker. Watch your mouth, motherfucker.
He said use what did he say? Hippopotamus ankles and all right, man, let's go and get into it.
Leave the joke on Black Men Unfiltered side. Don't bring it over here because you get over here, do the same thing on another network. You can't be having. Come on, you can't be roasting me like this, man. Come on. This is too much, man.
All right.
Either way, this is a great conversation. This is something that shopping man to understand what the hell is going on. I'm not saying that Andrew Tate mindset or ideology is fit for all of us, but we clearly understand what he will refer to and the kind of people who act in that kind of way, which is understandable. Our job is to make sure we protect our children, especially our daughters, so they don't fall into the crazy loophole this society has created for us right now. We can't be naive and be like, man, this is not going to be a big deal. It's going to be a big deal right now. We talk about Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lane. That's not going to be our kids. But we are seeing more and more things whereby if you have a strong foundation, they want to tear you down, make you feel like you shouldn't exist. That's not the case. As men, we need to stand firm on our strong belief and not be waving to the left nor to the right. They keep it simple, they keep it strong, they keep it moving. Other than that, it was a great show. I enjoyed the conversation. I enjoyed the challenge. I enjoyed the intellectual fencing whereby you pick each other's brain to understand what's the best route to take. It is needed. If we don't challenge ourselves as men, then who will? I love this platform. The same with Black Men Unfiltered. But other than that, I do not sell monkey knuckles. I don't sell no rhino, none of that thing. I ain't Shaka Zulu, all right?
Yeah, tell that motherfucker. Motherfucker, I rip your skin out, motherfucker. Talk to me like that.
Other than that,
I love
you can find me on CBN Tech Talk on YouTube. You can find me on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and on Fanbase.
Much respect for you, Black David. Got a sense of humor and we jokes and shit. I love.
Where was the other place?
Fanbase.
Fanbase.
Yeah, that's the new platform that competed with Twitter right now. It's black owned, but it's for everybody.
Yes, sir. Well, I got man. I'm about to rebuild another computer for another studio.
I'm going to have an episode before the end of the year to talk about that and break it down simply before I get into the detail of the next episode. Because for one, I'm really not everybody want to build a PC, but don't know how to start from. And people think the PC part too hard. It's not hard to get. The problem is it's all about the investment. It's no different when you're buying a house or buying a car.
Yeah.
If you make a proper investment on the PC, how you want to use it, it should last at least 3 to 5 years. With little to no problem. I want to help you guys trying to break down the science behind it, how you go about it, how you make sure to make the wrong investment, and make sure you find the right kind of tech in your area you can trust and rely on. There's some fake tech out there. They're going to rip you off real bad. I'm just saying. I'm in New York City, so if I was in your area, I'd have made it easy for you. Dusto, please.
We got technology now, so it's gonna be easy. And I forgot who that was that said that you helped him out. they building their shit right now. So that's what's happening.
Yes.
Oh, that's on Don Q. He reached out to me, asked me to give him a list of certain pot he would require. So I took my time. I ain't gonna lie, I went like 17 pages, breaking down the side behind everything.
Okay.
And I don't know. He was shocked. He was like, "Damn!" But hey, what you asked me for, I'll give you the information. I still had the copy, but whatever people ask me on, here's the thing: make sure you have your budget. Know what your minimum and your maximum, and then from there, I could break it down to you what you're looking for.
Yes, sir.
DQ had a big budget, so I had to break it down to him to see how he can navigate. It's not easy, but it'll be fun.
But hey, man, we got to get you out here so you can get all that information out, bro. Because I know I done talked to you for a minute, and I'm like, oh yeah, we got to give a black man out here. We got to get Black David out here doing this thing, man. Most definitely.
21 years in the field, professionally speaking, and still going in strong. And I see a lot of companies make the same mistake. We can still have their PT built out for their company need, and I see the flaw in it. This is why I look at both ends, on the company end and on the user end, where the flaws is at, how to work around it, how to make it better.
Yes, sir.
It's what I do. It's what I love to do.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, bro, man. Thank you, bro. Real talk. Appreciate it. Always. Push in the back. Push backstage, bro.
I'll stay in the back.
Oh,
All
shit.
right.
Oh, shit.
Damn, Robert, you pushing all the wrong guy.
All right, nigga.
My man, Andrw, what's going on, man?
Yo, JT, Rob, oh my God. Y'all need to stop breaking my realities every time I jump on these panels, man. Y'all be making my hair hurt. I mean, oh man, I always gotta come in here prepared and all my toes. I love it, man. I love it.
Hey, look, you be in here, and I said, damn, as soon as he get in here, we get to talking, it'd be like.
Hey, Taru, before you go, man, how's the weather in Cleveland, bro? Because shit, it was
Rob,
bad here last week, but it's about to be 50 tomorrow.
Rob, we got because JT and I was on a panel a couple of days ago talking about it. We got the perfect Christmas, right?
Mm-hmm.
The picturesque Christmas, and now here comes the shitty 40-degree weather, drizzling, fucking 30-mile-per-hour wind crap. Yeah,
that's how niggas get sick.
Yep, exactly.
But yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, you got the flow, brother.
Guys, once again, viewers, you listen to a bunch of men who clearly care more about upholding some sort of semblance of a standard amongst men or just human beings, more than a guy currently getting the most attention, Andrw Tate. At the end of the day, folks, we have to remember that in these spaces, we're supposed to share knowledge with one another. I view this personally as we're standing around the engine, the car, the hood popped open, something like that, right? Kicking around the grill. It's not my job as a husband and father, but just as a fellow American and human being, to share my information with you the best way I can. And one of the best ways that all you guys can benefit is some fucking financial discipline. For your New Year's resolution, a lot of you guys need to learn some goddamn self-discipline with your finances. You want to talk about relationships because you don't want to talk about that credit score. Look, I understand. I haven't really been there because I've been financially disciplined. But you guys need to learn that you can have separation anxiety with your money. Guys, it's 2022. You know that there's a such thing as too big to fail. You know that as much as we can vote, at the end of the day, those giant ass banks are not going to be anywhere. They're not going anywhere. So that's where you put your money in. And that's who I invest my money in. Guys, real estate now, you don't have to do it the old way. It's called REITs, Real Estate Investment Trust. You can hop on E-Trade, Robinhood, get your money working. And guess what? Stop trying to be like these dividend bros or the finance bros or these day trading bros. Hey, you know what these day trader option guys do? They lose all their money in taxes, while I just buy the ETF that pays monthly dividends anyway. You know what I mean? Because I diversify my portfolio. I don't throw it all in one. And so that's the thing, guys. Layers. Nothing's linear. Put it all together. That's my final thoughts.
Hey man, we gotta have a show about that too. It sounds like you know a little bit about that shit right there. Why?
Yeah, I do a little bit. Yeah.
Hey man,
I'm glad you mentioned that because if y'all know, starting next week, I'm gonna start back doing the interviews with What We Know Spotlight, and one of the people I'm interviewing, we're gonna talk about real estate. You know, I do wholesale on the side, so wholesale real estate, and me and my boy Romeo. We're gonna break it down on how you get into wholesaling, where you can make some money just being the middleman in real estate. You know
That's important, man.
Thank you. And I also do the option trading, so you know I'm try to bring somebody up here to talk about that as well. But yeah, balance. You gotta invest.
Definitely get a balance, man, because y'all teaching me some shit, bro. I ain't gonna even lie. I was behind the power curve, man. 3 years ago, I was way behind the power curve. Now I'm starting to learn, and this is from y'all generation, homie. So hey, look, we got to keep doing it and keep building, bro. I love that we can break bread like this, man. So
hell yeah,
absolutely, Tyrus, man. We got to get you on here, man, to actually speak on some of that, bro. Most definitely.
Yeah, we got to get you a show. Shit.
Nah, man, I'm cool. There's so many black men, Latino men with great podcasts. I'm perfectly cool just hopping on the panel, just speaking, bro. There's enough black businesses out there that I could support on YouTube, man. It's cool. Just hit me up, man.
For sure.
Appreciate you, brother.
We're gonna put you backstage real quick.
My man, Tyrus. Another great show, man. Another great show, bro. Most definitely. Most definitely. Oh man, we laid it out, man. Let me tell you what I can do. I can sleep really good now, bro. Got it off my chest.
Yeah.
We've been having these weird ass goddamn holidays and shit. I'm glad we about to get back to normal. It's like with me, this shit is kind of like, it's cool because, you know, it's just, I'm not going to work every day and stuff like that. But man, this shit is goofy as hell sometimes. It's just, Christmas is just one of them things where, you know, my girl, she like it, so I gotta like it. But I've been, when it was just me, nigga, it was just another motherfucking day. I ain't gonna But
you know, it's kind of with me, you know. I always say my favorite motherfucking holiday is my birthday. So, but with Christmas, you know, I got kids, so you know.
I mean, that's what it is. It's about them goofy ass kids. But when you start getting in another part of life, man, it's kind of like you gotta have somebody that actually like to, you know, to deal with that type of shit. New Year's is coming. What you doing for New Year's, man?
I'm chilling, man, at the crib where it's safe. Smoke and drink at my crib. Man.
Hey, that's the best thing to do, bro. I might go live. I don't know. I might go live DJ. I might have a party.
I ain't doing shit. Then we can sit, drink. You know what I'm saying? Have my kids up. But hey, shit. We fuck around, do the countdown live. You never know.
Yeah. Hey, holla at me. We might have to do that there. All right, man. It's been real for the people.
Yeah, man. Yeah, make sure. Earlier I dropped a video on our channel. I reacted to Myra Gaines when he was on the show called Grilling. You know, I was reacting to that show.
Actually, you did a great job, bro. For real.
Yeah, man. I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying, bring something to the channel, man. Do something different, man. I want to start doing reactive videos, you know, pre-recorded shows. You know, I'm trying to continue to build, man. We killing it on social media with the reels and stuff. You know, 2023. I'm trying to go, man. I'm trying to go all green, man. Green.
Yeah, and if y'all ain't followed us on IG, go to What We Know Podcast. Is it What We Know _ podcast?
Yeah.
Yep. What We Know _ podcast. You go to JT at What We Know Podcast. You go to Thankful Robert. You got another one, Rob?
Thankful_Robert's Instagram.
Robert. If you go to I'm gonna tell you right now, once you go to What We Know _podcast, it's gonna pop me and Rob's personal one up. And we are here, amen, along with Sir Hale, Black Man Unfiltered. Who else is rocking? 5100
Information Man.
Everybody out here, man. We doing shorts on YouTube. We doing reels on IG. Everybody is trying to get them up, bro.
Big
us, man.
Bro.
Yes, sir.
People, YouTube, man, is one of the, to me personally, one of the best networking tools that I probably experienced when it comes to social media.
Yes, sir.
You know, you got a group of guys that, you know, want you to win, is giving you the sauce to be successful in this space. So, yeah, man, I'm fucking with.
Yes, sir. We having fun doing this shit too, man.
Yeah.
So I want to give thanks to Cody is King. Let me go in here right quick and go. Ops, my man Ops, that's my dude. Cody is King. Is it Swimble Project or Swimble's Project? Who else? Beautifully animated. We got my man Sir Hale in the building. I want to thank who else we have? Scam Likely who was on the show. We had a couple of people that came through, man.
We had JBJ.
JBJ. Information Man, that's my dude. Most definitely, man. We learn a lot from each other, man. A whole lot from each other.
Hey, also check us out. We are on Spotify, Anchor, and iHeart. We haven't posted on it, but we're gonna post this episode for sure.
Oh, no doubt. And everybody else that came, man, I want to thank all the people that came on the platform. My nigga Dustel, Scam Likely, CBN, Toros, JVJ, my man,
Black Man, my twin,
Black Man, no, my boy DL.
Yeah, DL, man. Shout out.
That's my guy, man. DL. Hey, once DL pop, it's gonna pop. It's gonna really pop for him, man. That dude is dedicated, man. DL Saint. I really want to know podcast. If you guys get a chance, go to his channel and go over there and get my man a like on some of his videos and subscribe to his shit, man. Most definitely. And everybody else that was on there. Who else did we have on here, Rob? That we in name?
Marcus.
Oh, Marcus. All right, man. We about to get the hell up out of here, man. It's been a real one, bro. Don't forget to look at our shorts also. And what else, Rob? You got anything else before we get up out of this bitch?
So we out, man.
Shit, we the fuck out of this motherfucker then.
At some point, we all got to come together. No. Yeah. Everybody got opinions. Let's talk about it. Communication is key. Let's build around it. We do this for the people. The people founded it. Black love stay strong, no way around it. We anti-genocide, we ride for the cause. Got love for our sisters, and love for our dogs. Respect the young and elderly, you all been invited to be inspired. Come together, better got violent. Gotta watch for the cops, gotta watch for the ops, gotta watch for the politicians that play with the eyes. If you know, then you know. Plant the seed and it grows. Welcome to the show. This is what we know. This is what we know. Yeah. This is what we know. This is what we know. This is what we know. Yeah. This is what we know.